Myers, Florida, Nesson presents Spring Training Baseball. Tonight, the Red Sox play host to the World Baseball Classic team from Puerto Rico. Hello and welcome, everyone. Tom Caron along with Lou Merloni. Going to be a different kind of flair in the ballpark tonight. They think some 2,000 members of the local Puerto Rican community will be here having a good old time. Red Sox taking on Puerto Rico. Really interesting pitching matchup tonight. Two young pitchers, Jake Bennett on the mound for the Red Sox. Elmer Rodriguez, who they traded to the Yankees for Carlos Narvaez, going for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun environment, as you mentioned, too. A couple of guys on the mound that are going to be fun to watch. Jake Bennett's a guy you had traded Luis Perales for in a prospect-for-prospect deal. The Red Sox do what the Red Sox do. This kid was 92 to 94 miles an hour with the Nationals. He's now up to 95, 96. So he is a lefty that they really, really like, and a guy you could see at some point even in Boston at some point. So when it comes to Elmer Rodriguez, this is a guy that a lot of people felt like they stole Carlos Narvaez to the Yankees. Well, the Red Sox really liked Rodriguez. He was down in A-ball. Now he's kind of come into his own. He is number 3 prospect for the Yankees, one of their best pitching prospects. So it's going to be fun to see him as well. I think Sox fans are happy with Narvaez, but this kid in the mound tonight's electric too.
Puerto Rico arrived in Fort Myers yesterday, had a day of workouts, now an exhibition game before they go home to host Pool A. There will be horns, there will be drums, there will be conga lines, and there will be baseball. First pitch coming up next on Nesson. Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on Nesson is brought to you by Wedgwood Pines. Check out the best kept secret in Stowe, Mass. Visit wedgwoodpines.com. By Bigelow Tea, the official hot tea of the Boston Red Sox. And by Subaru of New England. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru. We are here at Fenway South JetBlue Park. First night game of the spring. Kind of feels like you're taking a step towards the regular season when you play under the lights. And well, like we said, different atmosphere tonight. Puerto Rico in town getting ready for their World Baseball Classic. Take a look at the Puerto Rico starting lineup as we've got Willie Castro leading off. He will be the second baseman. Elliot Ramos, the left fielder. Nolan Arenado at third. Carlos Cortez, the designated hitter. Deirul Hernandez, the shortstop. MJ Melendez in right. Emmanuel Rivera at first. Byron Torres in center field. Martin Maldonado behind the plate. Red Sox starting pitcher tonight, brought to you by Buyatoyota.com. It is Jake Bennett. They liked what they saw from him in his first start against the Twins on Wednesday. Topped out at 98 miles an hour. The big lefty, just 25 years old. He's 6'6", 234. First pitch is fouled off, and we are underway.
Yeah, that velo was a big jump. This guy lived 92, 94, but the Red Sox do what they do, right? They get him in that lab and add some velocity. Kind of lived at 95, 96. Big kid.
And 1-1 the count here to Willie Castro. His extension at the Arizona Fall League, and we'll dig into this in a little bit, but 7 foot 2 inches, that would be 93rd percentile in Major League Baseball. This is a line drive base hit to left field, and you can hear just how many Puerto Rico fans there are at the ballpark as Willie Castro leads off with a single tonight.
All right, let's check out the Red Sox defense. Across the infield, Caleb Durbin will be at third base with Trevor Story and Marcelo Meyer up the middle. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa will be at first base. In the outfield, left to right, it's going to be Castro, Campbell, and Braden Ward, with Connor Wong doing the catching.
Carlos Narvaez was supposed to be the designated hitter. A late scratch, a little back tightness. They don't think a big deal. Expect him back in the lineup tomorrow.
It's spring training, TC. A little tickle in your throat, you're going to take the day off.
I tried. They said no. That'll be Elliot Ramos at the plate, the left fielder. And it is 2-0 from Bennett.
Yeah, is that good fastball, four-seam fastball. It's got a cutter, slider, changeup, and a curveball, but throws that four-seam fastball about 50% of the time, and it's a good one.
Second round pick for Washington out of the University of Oklahoma. Couldn't hold up there. Good pitch, the sweeper.
Yeah, it was a trade you don't see very often, right, in baseball, like prospect for prospect, and top tier guys, right? AAA guys, and Luis Perales, who the Red Sox really like. And you got this guy from Washington, just different kind of profiles. He kind of fit the Red Sox profile more. Craig Breslow, we mentioned it many times, he just loves massive men. This kid's 6'6", 250. I mean, he's a big boy. Perales a little on the smaller side, but both very good pitchers.
Last year, Bennett started in single-A, moved up to high-A, all the way up to double-A over 18 starts and one relief appearance. He had great numbers. Sick grounder handled there easily by Marcelo Meyer. Runner gone on the pitch. He'll get to second base. There's one out here in the first inning. Let's get the umpires for the game tonight. As we take a look at those umpires, it is behind the plate, John Lipka, Brian Onora at first base, Derek Thomas, the second base umpire, and my favorite name of the umpiring crew so far here in spring training, Denver Dangerfield, is at third base. Man on second, one out. That'll bring up Nolan Arenado. Arenado playing for Team Puerto Rico and embracing the entire experience. He's got the bleach blonde hair like the rest of the team. Team Rubio, as they like to call him. Spanish for blonde. Big cut there. It's 1-1. By the way, if you can hear it, music playing during the game. Yeah. That's a big change from what we normally hear. That's what you got a taste of playing winter ball.
Well, that's what the WBC really did when they introduced it. Kind of introduced American fans to what winter ball is like.
1-1 count, driven to left center field. That'll drop in. Castro comes up, runner coming in. Here's the throw, not in time. And Puerto Rico takes an early 1-0 lead.
Both the hits so far. I mean, Bennett's kind of got in on both guys here. This ball wasn't exactly smoked, but still, line drive, left center is going to score him. Trying to elevate the heater. But yeah, you hear the music. It's like I said, it's winter ball, right? This is fun. And it kind of, remember the whole let the boys play?
It's kind of where it began.
Took off with the WBC. Like, everybody meeting at home plate on home runs. Like, it's just chaos and fun.
Till Edwin Diaz goes down for the season.
Well, yeah, then that's not too much fun, but it's good to see him back.
That's one of the big stories. You know, there's a lot of talk about who's not playing in this World Baseball Classic for Puerto Rico. Edwin Diaz is back after he had that season-ending injury suffered in the last WBC, celebrating a walk-off win.
Yeah, that's a big controversy for Team Puerto Rico, guys. Like Javi Baez, Correa, Lindor. Like, the insurance didn't cover it. They wouldn't allow him to play. Now, Lindor ended up breaking his handmade bone, but still, well, that's the big three on this team, and they weren't able to participate.
Some interesting names on this lineup as Carlos Cortez takes a ball, one of which not in the lineup tonight. tonight, at least to start, Christian Vasquez, who is unsigned, hoping a good run with Puerto Rico here in this tournament will help him land an offer he's looking for. This one slashed foul on the left, or rather on the left field side. And Arenado will pull up at third base. So third hit of the inning of Jake Bennett. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. SAP brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. So Puerto Rico coming out swinging. 3 of the first 4 batters with base hits here. That'll bring up Hernandez, the shortstop. First pitch swinging, he fouls it back.
Well, it's getting done quickly. This is his 15th pitch of the game. I mean, listen, he's throwing strikes, right? None of these balls are really smoked. That one there, a little soft line drive off the end of the bat. You still want the young kid to go out here, pound the zone, facing this team Puerto Rico. And he's been doing that, throwing strikes.
1-1 the count. Does that work for pitchers as well? You talk about a good spring training at bat. You smoke one, they catch it, you tip your cap, you go back to it. If you're giving up just little soft hits, do you feel that way as a pitcher?
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
or does that depend where you are in the hierarchy?
It's very similar, right? Because in spring training, you start giving up soft contact and ground balls that barely get through and broken bat bloops. You can go back and feel pretty good about yourself. You do that in a big league game and it costs you 4 runs. You might sit there and say, they didn't hit me hard, but the bottom line is that's 4 earned runs in a couple innings.
It's on your baseball card. Fouled back away.
And with him, too, the kid, you know, listen, he got up to AA last year. A-ball, A-plus, AA. Had 19 games coming off the Tommy John that he had back in 2024. I think 75 innings. So for him, it's just come out here, attack, throw strikes.
Down to the dirt, that one gets away. Runners will advance. Arenado coming in to score the second run of the inning for Puerto Rico.
He just sort of choked out this changeup. Down, Connor unable to kind of keep it in front of him.
So a little bit of trouble now. 2 runs in, man in scoring position, still just 1 out. First inning for Bennett. Missing that one inside, and that gets away from Connor Wong. Cortez advancing to third.
Yeah, that's another changeup. You know, we saw a couple in the last game we did. It was actually back-to-back pitches for Connor Wong as well. So it's a couple games in a row now where on back-to-back pitches, you know, he's already down there on that one knee. He's got that right leg out. Sure, he'd like to push out a little bit more and get in front of it.
3-2 pitch fouled away. Sox played 10 Grapefruit League games, 6-4 the record. Doesn't include the win over Northeastern. This, of course, technically not a Grapefruit League game, an exhibition game against Puerto Rico. And Bennett missing. That'll be a walk.
Yeah. And then you can see a little bit of nerves here, too, because, you know, those changeups that he's been spiking, that's his best pitch. Obviously, to go with the fastball, that's quality. But as far as secondary stuff goes, the changeup's the best pitch he has. And has a great feel for it. Just really couldn't find the zone.
And 22 pitches. That'll be the end of the inning for Jake Bennett. We'll take a break. Puerto Rico with an early 2-0 lead.
at your local Infinity retailer.
I'm back here at JetBlue Park, Puerto Rico in town, and this is when you know it's not a normal night.
Yeah.
A lot of photos taken before the game, a lot of love between Alex Cora, his brother Joey Cora, of course, part of the coaching staff. But, man, they've got some talent over on that coaching staff on the Puerto Rican side. Yadier Molina is the manager. The coaches Sandy Alomar Jr., Alex Cindron. We said Joey Cora, Juan Gonzalez, Edgar Martinez, Juan Nieves, Edgar Perez, Jose Rosado Jr. It's an impressive group.
Yeah, it is. I mean, just the hitting coaches alone, right? Edgar Martinez and Juan Gonzalez. Cora before the game said it's one of those rare nights where I'm not going to lose. I'm going to win no matter what. Either the Red Sox win or Puerto Rico wins.
Make a lot of people back home happy if you lose. Make a lot of people here happy if you win. How's that? That'll bring up the new pitcher. It'll be Radis Senna. He's out of the Dominican Republic, 24 years old, with the Sea Dogs last year, 25 appearance, along with a 3.46 ERA. He's dealt with injuries since signing as an international free agent all the way back in 2018.
We'll probably see Jake Bennett for the second inning. Remember, spring training rules, you can pull a pitcher out. Pitch count gets up there, you can put him back in. It's nice, allow him to get that work in. Old school, back in the day, you had to go out to the bullpen and finish out your entire outing.
MJ Melendez sends this one high to left field, back towards the wall, caught there by the center fielder Christian Campbell. Run will score. Hernandez has to backtrack to first base. Long fly ball, but the second out of the inning, sacrifice fly. It's a 3-0 lead for Puerto Rico.
Anytime MJ Melendez plays against the Red Sox, you kind of get worried. I mean, he's an absolute killer. We're looking before the game. He's only played 18 career games against the Red Sox. He's hitting .393 with 8 homers, 22 RBIs.
8 homers in 18 games.
Had another RBI to that one.
It's a 3-0 lead for Puerto Rico. Sanders trying to end this and get his team into the dugout.
Meanwhile, you got Christian Campbell out there in center field trying to get accustomed to it. He's playing pretty shallow. He went a long way for this ball. Wasn't sure if it was going to get off the wall. Nice job tracking it down. And a little experience all spring training, learning the outfield, getting comfortable.
Emmanuel Rivera at the plate. Big swing on that. Rivera last year with the Orioles, 43 games. Take a look at Christian Campbell. He's going to get a lot of time now. You got 6 outfielders playing in the World Baseball Classic.
He may get about 150 at-bats in the next 2 weeks.
Opportunity is the word we keep hearing from a lot of the organization. 15 players. You know, Tyron Guerrero would have been the 16th. He decided not to. He wants to stay here to further his chances to make the team instead of playing for Colombia. The other 15 gone now. So younger players will get a chance earlier in games. High pop-up. Kiner Falefa in foul territory at the warning track, makes the catch to end the inning. But Puerto Rico gets 3, and they have the early lead here at JetBlue Park.
today.
Take a look at the Red Sox lineup as they come up to bat at the bottom of the first. Christian Campbell, talked about him. Center fielder Trevor Story is the shortstop. Marcelo Meyer at second base. Caleb Durbin is the third baseman. Isaiah Falefa at first. Nathan Hickey, the designated hitter, the late scratch to Narvaez. Connor Wong behind the plate. Braden Warren in right, and Alan Castro is the left fielder. And on the mound for Puerto Rico, an intriguing pitcher that we'll be keeping an eye on, a man who was originally the Red Sox organization. Elmer Rodriguez moved in the deal that brought Carlos Narvaez. I think at this point, Red Sox feel very good about that trade. But I think the Yankees like the deal, too, because they like the arm that they got on the assistant.
Yeah, they might take the smirk off some Red Sox fans who kind of feel like you got Carlos Narvaez for nothing from the Boston Red Sox. But this kid here, they liked him when he was here. Now, he's in Salem and Greenville when he was here. He was still a 20-year-old kid, but was really impressive. Got dealt for Carlos Narvaez and has become #2 prospect for the Yankees, best pitching prospect they have.
Campbell slashes that foul.
See that 95-mile-an-hour sinker. He's got a good slider, kind of low mid-80s, probably in the 83, 84 range. It's his best secondary pitch, curveball and a changeup. Kind of has a little split action to it at times.
2-2, he fouls it off to stay alive.
There's that slider there. It's a good one. As you can see, too, he kind of probably could still put some weight on. You know, he was always a slender fella when he was here in Boston, but always had a live arm.
Big swing and a miss. So Rodriguez begins his outing by striking out Christian Campbell.
Check out the defense for Team Puerto Rico. Third base, Nolan Arenado. With Deru Hernandez at shortstop, Willie Castro's at second, Emmanuel Rivera at first base. In the outfield, left to right, it's going to be Ramos, Torres, and Melendez, with Martin Maldonado, the veteran, behind the plate.
Who retired in October, but said, you know what, let's give one more kick at it.
Why not?
Have a little fun. It's funny, right? Most guys who retire tell you this is the time of year you feel it. Right, you know, the offseason's the offseason, but everybody goes back to spring training and you don't. What a great way to go out. One more tournament, play a little February, March baseball. Trevor Story, ground ball, taken there for the second out of the inning. So 2 quick outs for Elmer Rodriguez. Last year, first year in the Yankees organization, 2.58 ERA and 150 innings of work. Aaron Boone saying he's got a chance to be a starting pitcher in this league for a long time.
Yeah, most of that, you know, high A and double A, went up to triple A and just had one start for the Scranton team for the Yankees. But as you can see, you know, every time you deal a guy, a big league ready guy like Narvaez for a kid in A ball, it's like for a couple years you can laugh about it and talk about the player you got in return. But unfortunately, in a few years, it might turn, and this kid could be what some people think he can. Could be a problem when he's on the mound in New York.
You talked about the other deal that Bennett for Perales. That was a strange one because they were both highly rated pitching prospects. This one made sense. The Yankees probably had the best catching depth in baseball.
Yeah.
Red Sox felt they had done a really good job rebuilding their pitching depth. So one team was giving a surplus, the other team was getting what they need. It made sense for both sides. Ground ball, first base, Marcelo Meyer flipped back to Rodriguez, and that's a 1-2-3 inning.
Of luck this season.
Let's kill it.
And a 3-0 lead for Puerto Rico. Second inning, Brian Torres showing bunt as Jake Bennett comes back out. You mentioned the spring training rules. You don't want anyone getting hurt, staying out there too long, but you'd like them to be able to come back out and continue the night. That's what they'll do here.
Yeah, I like it. They adopted that now a few years back, and first few times out there, you don't have throwing 35 pitches, so let them get to 22, pull them, let them go out there the next inning, kind of regroup. It's about getting your work in, especially early. It's what spring training's for.
I was talking to one of the lower minor pitchers the other day, and he was saying just everything we've talked about. Like, you're out there in the in the bullpen, and you're thinking, the seventh inning, I'll face a couple of guys I saw last year in Double-A. All of a sudden, you're watching that pitch count go up in the first inning, and there's a little stirring, and someone looks at you, and here you go.
Yeah, give Stan a lot of credit. Came in here throwing strikes, did a really nice job, because a lot of guys come up, you're right, minor league, they're not even in big league camp. They come up, they're on the travel squad, and they find themselves in the game in the second inning, and then what happens? Ball 4, maybe drill a guy, fall behind the count, nerves take over, and they can't throw strikes.
Little chopper here, that'll go just foul. Yeah, we talked about the other day, right? All of a sudden you're facing Byron Buxton in the top of the second inning.
Yeah, the other
It's not really what you were thinking about when you came to the ballpark.
No. I'm out here. Maybe they need me in the 8th or 9th, to your point, facing a guy that I probably faced last year in A-ball.
2-2 pitch outside.
I see right now the secondaries he doesn't have a feel for, right? That big breaking ball, you see it, it's going to play, but really not competitive. The changeup has been fantastic. It's really good pitch for him. He's been spiking it.
This one driven to center field. That'll drop in front of Campbell. That's a base hit for Torres, in the 4th hit of the game already for Puerto Rico.
But he does fall into the category of exactly what Craig Breslow likes. We were talking about the 7.2, 7 feet 2 inch extension that he gets. In other words, releasing the baseball basically at home plate closer than most. Look at some of these numbers and where they are in the percentile. Tolley, 7.5, Oviedo, Whitlock, Chapman. And that affects like what they call perceived velocity, right? You throw the ball 95 miles an hour, but when you're letting it go 7 feet 5 inches close to the plate than most, or at least closer than most, all of a sudden now that 96 turns into 99 to the hitter.
Fouled off here.
They've never told me what Randy Johnson's extension was.
We didn't talk extension back then. You just knew
like it was like
that it was right in front of you when he let it go.
8.5.
Right.
Like it just, he placed it in the catcher's mitt. But it's a stat they look at and they love it.
Well, and you mentioned the extension for pitchers, the size. Craig Breslow clearly likes a certain type. Now, he's not married to it, right? He's gone out and gotten some other guys who are breaking that mold. Sonny Gray is not a overpowering extension guy.
Ranger Suarez.
But Breslow has selected or traded for 28 pitchers who are 6'4" or taller since coming in. Size matters.
Oh, part of this trade. Right, because Perales, who throws hard, not a big fella, 6 feet, 6'1". Let's go get a man throwing, same velocity, but 6'6".
Crowd still rolling in at JetBlue Park here. 2-2 pitch. Maldonado tried to get out of the way and he couldn't. He gets hit by the pitch, so the struggles continue here for Bennett, with a base hit and a hit batter to begin the second inning.
Well, it started off like just throwing strikes, right? Being around the zone, which is kind of what you want, what you're looking for. Just that there's nothing else to go to. Even like Torres' last at bat, it was the cutter. So it's like his fastball command obviously loses this one. And this is a kid that, when he has that changeup working and the breaking ball for strikes, it sort of changes the look of the fastball to the hitter. It gets on you.
Willie Castro got this all started with a leadoff single in the first inning. He's back at the plate. Switch hitter. He was having a good season with Minnesota last year. Traded after that to the Cubs and really struggled with the Cubs. Signed with Colorado in the offseason. 2024, he was an all-star as he sends this one back. Christian Campbell is there. He'll make the catch. Runner showed, but then gets back as the throw comes in. One down in the second.
Nice job by Christian too, right? First and second, nobody out. You don't want to just catch this ball. You want to set it up. You want to get behind the baseball thinking the guy's going to tag at third, be in position to catch and throw, and delivers a good strong throw.
And that'll do it. As he gets the out, we'll take a timeout. Zach Kelly coming into this one. 2 on and a 3-0 lead for Puerto Rico. Check out PWHL action presented by Bauer Hockey. Thursday night at 7, Team USA star Megan Keller and the Fleet take on the New York Sirens on NESN Plus. Third pitcher of the game for the Red Sox. Zach Kelly coming in with 1 out, 2 on. Third appearance of the spring for Kelly. Gave up a run in an inning of work up in Northport against Atlanta. Friday afternoon. See the numbers from last season. This July with the oblique strain.
Yeah, and he's a guy that the Sox really need to kind of solidify himself this year, right? In that bullpen, it's all about throwing strikes, being able to locate the stuff is always there.
Ground ball here. Meyer with a nifty little flip to Story to get the lead runner. The throw back. Marcelo Meyer showing you he can play some second base.
Well, that's a high degree of difficulty. This isn't like, you know, your normal glove flip to where you catch it near second and just sort of flip. They work on this all the time, but he had to go and flip this ball away. He's almost in one action, catch and flip a long way and accurate on the bag to at least get 1 out. That's some glove work.
Man, oh man, that was a play. And that's what we've heard about since they first got Marcelo Meyer in the draft, right? The hands. And he went a long way to get that, too. You talk about the range. He had to go get that and make that play.
No, it's... Listen, everybody in the infield, Story and Durbin, everybody's got some great hands. He just may be a tick above everybody. I mean, the ball doesn't hit the glove very often. It's like he plays with a paddle. It's one of the things they do like him at second base, right? I've watched this guy turn 2, finish 2, right? Ground ball to short, ground ball to third. He is so quick getting the glove out. He's got a good strong arm as well. He turns 2 beautifully.
He's at second base tonight. Caleb Durbin at third base. One of the positional, I don't want to call it a battle because I think the 2 of them are going to probably be in the starting lineup. It's just a matter of where they go.
Yeah, not really a battle, more of just a positional decision to be made. And they've kind of gone back and forth here in the last 3 or 4 days.
That's the coin flip he taught. We're waiting to see if it's heads or tails. Just wait. Coin's still flipping. 2-2 the count to Nolan Arenado.
I think they like this setup. You know, because Durbin last year, I think, just got so comfortable playing every day at third base. Kind of new team. Want him off, get off to a good start. So it's like try to make him as comfortable as possible rather than flipping back to second. But Still isn't been official yet.
The 2-2 to Arenado. Slow roller. Meyer gets to it again with the glove and again gets the out. So he gets the 10-time Gold Glover, Nolan Arenado, and he put on a show that inning with the glove.
Marcelo just sort of showing you don't have to play second base. You never have to touch the ball with your bare hand. Just start gloving it everywhere. Another great play by Marcelo.
Salem 5.
Donate like new youth baseball and softball equipment at any Jordan's Furniture location through their Double Play program, all to benefit the Red Sox Foundation's Nike RBI program.
Three 3-0 Puerto Rico with the lead. Caleb Durbin at the plate, batting cleanoff, leading off here in the second inning. After Marcelo Meyer and his glove put on a show.
A couple outs without touching it with your hand.
I was saying to you, it's got to feel good. You're Marcelo Meyer, young player. You that with Nolan Arenado at the plate, right? The guy's about as good as it gets defensively. But that first play going all the way to the shortstop side of the bag and flipping it back.
All one action. That's an extremely difficult flip. A lot of these guys, they get a ball range out to the left and they can flip it nice and easy to second. That's something that they practice and work on. Not a high level of difficulty, but that one there behind the bag, catch and flip in one action and be accurate with it.
Durbin at the plate, takes a call, strike. It's 3-2. Durbin's had a nice spring, hitting .417 coming into this.
5 for 12, making a lot of contact.
Ooh, the called strike on the outside of the plate. Can't tap your helmet today. There's no ABS challenge. Let's go down to Jemai Webster.
Hey, what's going on, TC? This is the first tune-up for Team Puerto Rico as they prepare for the World Baseball Classic. They had a workout on Sunday. We had a chance to catch up with their manager, Yadier Molina, who is in his second consecutive tournament managing Team Puerto Rico, and he talked about just how much of a great honor this is and how great he feels about the group. I know you guys talked about it as well. A lot has been said about the absence of Javier Baez, Carlos Correa, and Francisco Lindor for this tournament, but he says we have a lot of great talent here. He said he couldn't wait to go home and play in front of their fans. And Alex Cora, also a very interested party in all of this as a Puerto Rican himself, a proud one. And he feels good about their pitching. He says their ability to play defense as well. And he mentioned behind the plate with Martin Maldonado and Christian Vasquez, he says nobody has the experience that we do. They, of course, go to pool play hosting Cuba, Canada, Panama, and Colombia, but playing in San Juan, Puerto Rico for the first time since 2013 as a host site.
Thanks very much, Jemai. Yeah, you don't often hear a manager calling the other team we.
Yeah.
But that's how it was with Alex Cora before the game today. Alex Cora also saying, you know, I'm not involved in the World Baseball Classic this year, but somehow I'm buying everybody tickets back in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
For the games.
How's
because my
Joey?
brother's the coach.
Joey's not setting it up. He doesn't get tickets.
Well, I don't want to give away some of Jemai's interview, but he sat down with the two of them. We'll hear it a little bit. And Joey made it clear. Joey said he makes way more money than I do. There were a lot of ways thrown into that answer. Jemai's got a great conversation with the two chorus coming up. We'll have some of that for you as we go along today. World Baseball Classic beginning in earnest this weekend. The tune-up games, the pre-tournament games going on today. USA beating San Francisco 15-1. Roman Anthony with a 2-run home run, and it was a no-doubter. But I got a question, and I don't know. I'm going to be very honest.
Yeah.
Be transparent. I don't know enough about the World Baseball Classic rules. USA beat San Francisco 15-1, and they played a 10th inning.
Probably need to get an arm.
I guess.
Well, they only gave up 1 run, so they probably had an arm extra that Team USA needed to throw.
I guess. I hope that was decided before the game. You know, you scored 15 off me, and then you're going to come over and say, hey, we play one more? You got one more in you? Like, no,
Really?
I just want to go home.
I've been out in the field for the last 3.5 hours. You guys have been sitting in the dugout.
Watching balls go over my head.
Watching me run around left and right.
2-0, the count comes inside. Nathan Hickey, late addition to the lineup today. Carlos Narvaez was to be the designated hitter. A little back tightness. They think he'll be okay for tomorrow. The Yankees here for their lone visit tomorrow.
It's a pretty good spot to get your first spring training home run for Roman. 1 for 3, 2-run shot. Team USA. Sedan Rafael had a big game too for the Netherlands.
Yeah, he did.
Batted second in front of Xander Bogaerts. He went 2 for 5. He hit a 3-run shot, hit 5 RBIs. They played the Orioles.
Here's a high fly ball from Hickey, left field. Wind coming in, knocking it down. Ramos will be there to make the catch. 2 down now in the second. It's a little more like, maybe not quite an April sort of feel here at Van, but you know, May. Little wind coming in.
Yeah, a
Ball's not
couple
going
of
to
those
travel.
balls out the left field, I thought, like, during the day earlier here in camp, both would have got a piece of the wall. I think it was earlier in that game was that sac fly by Melendez that Campbell went back to catch. Even that ball by Hickey. It's not carrying tonight. Wind's blowing in. Haven't seen that.
There's a ground ball to shortstop. Up with it. Hernandez in plenty of time, and that'll end the inning. We head to the third. Sox trailing Puerto Rico 3-0.
TV.
Red Sox fans, mark your calendars. April 6th, the first 7,500 fans at Fenway Park are going to receive a Roman Anthony rookie card bobblehead. It's presented by Benjamin Moore. Get your tickets at redsox.com/promotions.
Zach Kelly coming back out for more work here in the third inning. Red Sox trailing Puerto Rico 3-0. Elmer Rodriguez looks good through 2.
He sure does. unfortunately.
Keeping an eye on him over the next couple of years. Hey, we've been doing the World Baseball Classic scores. Italy beating the Cubs today. You said you were on them early.
9-4. The offense exploded.
Don't sleep on the
Paisan Kyle
Italians.
Teal went deep.
Kyle Teal. Noted Italian star, Kyle
Just
Teal.
like Tim Weissert threw a scoreless inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Marinaccio got the W for Paisans.
As he should.
Off and running, TC.
I feel like the best matchup of the day, though, was Canada against Toronto. Like, that feels like that one matters.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The lone Canadian Major League team taking on Canada. And Toronto won that one. They weren't messing around.
The other one I saw, too, Duran was 0 for 3 in that game. Mexico. Venezuela's playing right now.
Again, everybody playing 2 warm-up games, 2 exhibition games against Major League teams for the most part. Then they will head off to their respective pools. Thinking of that a little bit. The format changing a bit this year. You got pool play, and if you get out of the pool play, you get to the single elimination knockout stage, as you say in soccer.
Well, we got Venezuela up 1-0 over the Astros. Number 4 hole hitter William Abreu, 1 for 1 with a triple.
There you go.
And a run scored.
He showed up a little leaner, a little faster. There's the pools, you can see. Games being played in Miami, Houston, San Juan, and Tokyo. Ground ball, good diving stab Story, 1 knee throw, beating it out is Carlos Cortez, but we've seen some defense from the Red Sox tonight.
Really nice play by Trevor. This ball's hit pretty hard. You can see how long he had to go. Right here, he needs to get up right away, and you can see that little trouble getting it out of the glove. The transfer, right? Hands probably wet. It's at night. And if he got it out of the glove right away, he probably had a shot, a little hesitation. Didn't have a chance to get Cortez.
So, man on, Dairul Harnaise at the plate. He was with the Athletics. With him last couple seasons, acquired before the 2023 campaign from the Baltimore Orioles. Real strong start for the Athletics last year. Playing shortstop, then slumped late in the season.
We've seen it already here with Marcelo and that play by Trevor. With Durbin at third, the infield defense will be better. Wilson Contreras at first is a plus defender, the best defender you've had since Mitch Moreland. You will catch the ball better in the infield. And I know the numbers say what the numbers say about Story. Last year he made 6 errors in a week, 7 games in September. That skews everything. He was never a +10 defender, whatever, but you know, -1. Like, I never watched him at all for 5.5 months and said he's a problem, right? He makes all the plays. He's consistent.
And as you talk about the defense, that one's thrown away as the ball goes. The backstop on the right side. Cortez advanced to second base. We didn't say anything about the pitchers.
Like I said, flawless defense is to be expected. I think twice we've talked about how Caleb Durbin doesn't strike out, and he struck out both times. It's the only 2 he's had all camp. This one here, Zach trying to get a little too quick.
Very few of our viewers will be old enough to know what it was to Gowdy somebody, but Kurt Gowdy was the legendary broadcaster.
Yeah.
And as soon as he said something, the opposite would happen. It was known as being Gowdy.
Well,
this guy never strikes out. Strike 3 comes.
Got to talk about it.
Yeah. So when do you stand on a no-hitter? Do you say it? Up here in the booth, right back to Kelly. Meyer knocks it down, stays calm, and gets the out. Runner advances to third.
Oh, if he didn't get the out there, I wasn't going to talk about defense the rest of the year. I tell you what, you got to talk about what you think this team is going to be, but when it comes to no-hitters, I would rather not speak of it.
Yeah, there you go. Dave O'Brien will say it.
O'Brien will,
He's made it clear. He's the announcer.
Yeah.
He's going to announce it. There's no hitter.
Personally, just maybe the player in me just personally would never. I don't really want to talk about it too much.
Kiner Falefa comes in, gets the runner back to third, and makes the out. So Kelly, 1 out away. from getting out of this. Of course, if you had that kind of power, you should play Keno or the lottery and not do this.
Use my powers for those things instead.
I love that, though. You know, if you say something and it goes up, you're doomed, because then Twitter will blow up, X will blow up. You jinxed it. It's your fault.
It's the way it is, though.
It's the fun of being a fan. Manuel Rivera at the plate. First pitch swinging, drives this one. Right field towards the wall, and it'll make the track. Heading to second base. Throw comes in, an RBI double with 2 outs for Emmanuel Rivera.
That looked like a little cutter. Zach likes that cutter, right? Got the power fastball at 97, but they sometimes get that cutters, get me over. It's just Rivera doesn't allow him to use that get me over. Drives it, stays on it, drives it the other way. Changeup's a good one too. The cutter changeup combo to lefties. Working a little old school slider.
The stuff has always been there.
Yeah, it's just, you know, falling behind it counts. Or getting a guy 0-2 and just leaving the ball over the middle and getting burned by it. You know, just the command. Often at times he can lose it a little bit, and we were talking about before the game, like, you need somebody other than Chapman and Whitlock. They can't throw every single night. So now Slayton becomes the big guy in the pen, right? You need him to step up. Weiser, Moran, guys like Kelly, maybe even a Cutter Crawford. We'll see how that shakes out.
Ground ball to Meyer. Up with it, easy to end the inning, but Puerto Rico adds a run in the middle of the third. They've got a 4-0 lead.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid Day. It's coming to Fenway Park Saturday, April 18th. You can purchase a special ticket. You're going to receive a limited edition bobblehead. Get your tickets today at redsox.com/WimpyKid.
Are you a fan of the series?
I don't know.
Are you aware of the series?
Yeah, of course. It's a great series.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
I told you, my son, my youngest son,
yeah,
favorite series ever.
Really?
And I think I figured it out when he was halfway through the series. It's half drawings, it's half pictures.
Oh.
So you could crush a book, but you read half a book.
So the bobblehead will be cool.
Bobblehead will be good. Fun night. Popular series. And a little bunt dropped down by Ward. You got no chance with that kind of speed.
Kid.
He's been fun to watch. Braden Ward with a leadoff bunt single here in the third inning.
He's now 8 for 19, hitting over 400, and this is knowing who you are, right? This kid absolutely flies. He stole 57 bags last year between AA and AAA. He knows how to bunt for a hit. Steals a bag, seems like whenever he wants. He was thrown out 7 times. As I mentioned, 57 bags. My guess is he's going.
Thought about it. Ground ball. quick play to second base. No chance for the double play, and they barely got Ward at second, but there's one down now in the third.
Yeah, it's core about you, because again, we keep talking about all the kids who maybe wouldn't have got a longer look if it's a real camp, right? Another week or so, you send some guys down to minor league camp. Well, somebody like Ward, just like we talked about Campbell and Castro in this outfield right now, he's gonna get a long look, and he just continues to impress, getting on base, causing havoc. You know they love that, right? The great athlete.
The other day, he said to somebody, one of the writers, he said, yeah, I'll be the Dave Roberts.
Well, you know, the other day in the spring training game, Sox were down 1. The other day it was 8-7. Late in the game, it was a walk, and they pinch ran him. And that was for a reason. Hey, you're a speedster. Late in the game, I need you to take this back, can you? And he did. He did with ease.
Ground ball, second base. Trouble with it there. Castro comes back up with it, and he gets the play at first base. So good recovery there. Castro gets to second base. Alan Castro getting to second base. Willie Castro getting the out of first.
And that's what I was talking about, things for Ward, right? Like we talked about the other night during that game. Like there's moments you try to take advantage of as a coaching staff, put your players in certain situations, and that was one the other day for Ward. Kid that came over for Brennan Bernardino. Really good player with the Rockies, the minor league system. And he passed the test.
And to the point, you joke about Dave Roberts, but good teams late in the season will have a guy like that on the roster.
Well, you lost David Hamilton, right, in the Durbin trade. Now, the thing with David that I like about Ward is he knows who he is, right? I always wanted David Hamilton to bunt more. I mean, he runs like him, but he got in love with the long ball, right? Pull side in the air, and it's like this kid knows exactly who he is and how he can help a team.
1-1 the count to Trevor Story. Trevor Story could have opted out in the offseason, instead sticking with it, back with the Red Sox for the 2 final years of his contract. Alex Cora saying he came into his office about 5 minutes after the final game in New York and said, I'm here, I'm part of this. Think about the leadership he's shown, those camps he has now, 3rd annual Story Camp this offseason, bringing all the young players in.
He's really important again for this team. Stay healthy, stay in the field.
Big cut there.
Just in a leadership role, solidify a defense. And of course the power. I mean, what he did after June, he had 25 bombs, stole 31 bags. I mean, it's production.
Talked to him about it at the beginning of camp. You know, he said, this is what I envisioned when I signed with the Red Sox, making the playoffs last year, coming back with the team expected to make the playoffs again. Between the injuries, the disappointing play of the team, it hadn't been that for the first 3 years.
I'm sure Cora's very happy for this team Puerto Rico up 4-0, but I don't think he's really enjoying this experience with Elmer Rodriguez on the mound. I don't think I am either.
No, the hope was Narvaez would take him deep tonight, but then you had to scratch him, right?
Well, the hope was the guy you gave up for Narvaez wasn't this. This guy's pretty good.
Looks really good. The Yankees are excited about him. There's no doubt about it. They've been talking about him a lot this spring. He'll be pitching back home in Puerto Rico for the first time since he was drafted by the Red Sox. 4th round back in 2021. 2 spring training starts with the Yankees so far. He's given up 2 runs in 6 innings of work. Made MLB Pipeline's top 100 prospect list. But again, you got Carlos Narvaez. Gold Glove finalist, 6th in Rookie of the Year voting. Guy became your everyday, you know, your primary catcher.
It's kind of like always been my feeling and theories on trades. Everybody and anybody's tradable, as long as you get what you get in return you like. You know, if the guy you give up ends up being a great player, it might sting you once in a while, but as long as you like what you got in return, I think people like Carlos Narvaez and how he leads his staff and what he can do.
If all goes well, there's no reason Carlos Narvaez can't be a really important player for you for a long time to come.
Just wish this kid wasn't a pitcher, and for the Yankees.
It's just like to be up 4-0 against Elmer Rodriguez.
Got Narvaez from like the Rockies and sent this kid to Colorado. Would have been a lot more fun.
Never had to talk to him again. Go watch him play late at night for a National League team. Strike call there. Marcelo Meyer put on a show defensively in the second inning. Looking for his first hit of the night. Missing low. 1-1, 2-on, 2 down. Third inning here at JetBlue Park, playing under the lights for the first time this spring. Back at it tomorrow, day game after night game. Yankees rolling in. There's a chopper to first. Rivera there, and that'll end the inning. We head to the fourth. Sox trailing 4-0.
Yummy.
Back here at JetBlue Park, Team Puerto Rico on top of the Red Sox, 4-0 here in the top of the fourth inning. Joined now by Red Sox relief pitcher Zach Kelly, and you've had a few opportunities now this spring. How'd you feel tonight, under the lights for the first time?
Yeah, it was good. Felt good. Yeah, obviously, some things that still need to be worked on, but you know, first night game, first 2-up game, we'll take it.
You got some great defense behind you too. I mean, how much does that really kind of get the juices flowing when you see plays like Marcelo in the middle?
It does, yeah. The inning I came in, he made 2 really good plays. I told him, I was like, hey man, you are so good. But no, yeah, it's great. I mean, you look around this infield, we got talent everywhere, and so I feel pretty comfortable keeping the ball on the ground.
What about the atmosphere here with Team Puerto Rico? Got that island flavor with the crowd and the music, the horns, all of that.
Yeah, it's awesome. They brought a crowd. They brought a crowd, and it was like this a couple years ago too. And so just to have this atmosphere, you don't really get that a lot in spring training. It kind of feels a little bit more like the season. And we went to Mexico last year. It was kind of similar, and so I think it's just good that it's a little bit of a different style of fan base than we usually get here in the States.
Team Puerto Rico also featuring a few big leaguers on their roster as well. How important is it for you to be able to test yourself at this stage in spring?
It's good. You obviously just you want to see how the stuff matches up, and but also at the same time, like, we're kind of still working through some stuff too, and you know, so are they, and so it's good just to kind of get some familiar faces in the box, kind of compete a little bit more for sure.
Yeah, along those lines, what are you working on? What are you looking to refine here this spring?
We're adding the gyro. I didn't throw any of them tonight, but the last couple outings we've been trying to work on those a little bit, and then obviously just being in the strike zone a little bit more, especially like tonight. You know, I came in with guys on, and you know, when in season we have to be in the strike zone, and so just trying to command the ball and just let all my other stuff play off of it.
AC talked about it. You and I have had this discussion as well. I remember even telling the story last year where you mentioned how you come home and your wife would be talking about your need to be consistent over the course of your outings. How much is that still top of mind as a goal that you hope to accomplish?
A lot. You know, obviously we've talked about it before, but you know, just the way the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season went last year in September and into October, really motivating for the off season, and so it was just easy to kind of keep that thing rolling and just put the consistency into the off season work. I mean, I feel like my body's in probably as good of a spot as it's ever been in, and so just trying to look to keep that rolling throughout the season, and hopefully we'll get some better results from that.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Zach. I know you're on a quest to throw 100 too, so that's part of your plan.
Got a little bit to go, but we'll get there.
All right, Zach Kelly with the DC center back upstairs.
Jemai, don't let him go yet. We got to ask, has he heard from Topps about a card yet?
Oh, have you heard from Topps about your trading card?
No, I have not heard from Topps, but shout out Pulse Trading Cards. They got me going a little bit. They helped me out.
Nice.
All right, listen, that's a 101. That's a rarity, so I think that's more valuable. But Topps, what are we doing? Give my man a card.
I asked TC what he thinks of the greatest hockey team in the world, the United States of America. Is that the Bruins?
No, the United States of America. I was afraid he was going to say the Washington Capitals. That would have been bad because he's a Caps
afraid
fan.
you're going to say the Washington Capitals. So he said, get out of here, man. What are we talking about?
Go Bees, baby.
There we go. Right. See, that's a man who knows his audience. No doubt about that. Good stuff, Jemai. Zach Kelly, always fun. Great hockey fan.
He's a good guy.
He was fired up that day when the USA won.
He's a good guy.
That gold medal.
You know, he's been in the big leagues now. Like, yeah, listen, I know it's been kind of up and down a little bit, but still, it's been 5 years. We can't get him a baseball card from Topps?
Come on now. The man deserves a card. I have a Topps card. We've been through this. I have a Topps card.
Does he know that you do?
He does. He was not happy to hear that.
Oh, I bet he wasn't.
The shoulder sagged. I shouldn't have pointed that out to him.
Wow.
You have so many cards. You have cards that aren't yours. You have Trot Nixon cards.
Well, Trot Nixon has a card. They put me on.
Oh, look at that moon. La Luna. Who's that? Where is that from us, from here?
Well,
is that red moon they were talking about, or was that last night? Look at that. Great shot right there.
It is.
Wasn't there like a red moon this morning if you got up at 5 a.m. or something to see it?
I'm sorry, get up at what time?
5 a.m. to see the red moon.
Did you see it?
No.
Me neither.
I read about it last night. I said, that'd be cool. I'm not getting up. I'm sure it's, you know, you can find it on social. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good inning for Huberstein. As he takes care of business, we take a break in the middle of the 4th.
and I approve this message.
Download your Red Sox calendar today at nest.com/schedule. Never miss a spring training game. A great shot of the moon. Told there was a total lunar eclipse this morning before sunrise.
God, so I missed something.
You did.
Like special?
Yeah. Sad thing is I only missed it by an hour. Like, I wake up so early down here. Go home and I can't get out of bed. But down here, you're like up at, 6 a.m. pacing, waiting to come to the ballpark.
I know that game. I don't know what to do with myself. So I was here so early.
You can't get enough. Jose De Leon is the new pitcher for Puerto Rico. Facing Caleb Durbin. You may remember De Leon. He was called up by the Red Sox on the last day of the season last year and threw a career-high 6 2/3 innings in his first major league outing in more than 2 years.
That was an amazing story. He was actually with AAA and went 0-9 in AAA with
ERA
Worcester.
over 6.
But he went home. He was done. The season was over. Bye-bye. The Red Sox needed a starter the last weekend, right? And Cora called him up and said, "Hey, can you throw?" He goes, "I'll go 6."
And he did.
From his couch. He went 6 2/3. 3 runs, 8 hits, got the win. First win of the year.
Over the Tigers that allowed the Cleveland Guardians to clinch the Central Division, if you remember. That came down to the last day. Fouled back. The 33-year-old last season, as you said, spent the entire year with AAA, 75 innings.
I mean, he was at home for 3 weeks.
Took it to the house.
Of course, even talking about he's out there just fishing. He's just kind of hanging out in Puerto Rico. And they're like, "What do you think? You give us a few innings? I'll go 6."
I'll give you 6.
I said, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's true, Lou. I remember talking to him about that, and he said that he actually lied and said that he had been throwing and he was built up. And he's like, "I'm not missing out on this opportunity."
No, I mean, have you been throwing? We might need you today. What are you going to say? "You know what? I haven't. I'm good." No. No, you're going to lie, and you're going to show up and just hope it goes okay. It went better than that. You got the win.
Or how fired up the team was after that outing. You've talked to them all after the game. They were all talking about him, how cool that was. Terrific story now. Looking to pitch the Puerto Rican team through pool play and into the quarterfinals.
He had a nice winter ball, too. Pitched for Calgus, for Ramon Vasquez. Got a 1.74 ERA, 8 starts this winter.
Three-two pitch, fouled off. Did he throw sides between starts or just go home and hang out on the couch?
I think he just went home and hung out at the beach, fished, and just showed up every 5th day and got wins.
Whatever works.
But he's another guy not really with an organization now. And we saw this the last WBC. Guys come out and somewhat electric, throw the ball real well, and come out of here with a job.
Good at bat here for Durbin as he fouls off another one. Do it again at 3-2. 10th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And that's what Caleb Durbin does, right? Fights you off, puts up a great at-bat every time at the plate. Misses inside, and a 10-pitch walk to lead off the 4th for Caleb Durbin.
All right, now he hasn't struck out again. It's the 5th best K rate in baseball. You know, think about that. 5th best K rate, and also 5th best in-zone contact. In other words, he ball's over the plate, he's making contact, he's putting the ball in play. Which you could talk about power and where does it come from this lineup. The other thing that was really missing is contact. And you've got that with Caleb Durbin.
So he's on first, nobody out. Red Sox trying to get on the board. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa playing first base. And he's been doing that since Wilson Contreras left to play for Team Venezuela. Not where you envision Kiner-Falefa, but could be an opportunity to play some backup first base for Contreras.
Well, the Romy Gonzalez injury,
right,
by the way, is actually big. Like it's, I know, a utility guy maybe wasn't going to start, but think it was probably the 4th best hitter against lefties in all of baseball last year. And he seems to be way behind schedule.
I mentioned it before, like you look up all of a sudden this morning, the season begins 3 weeks from Thursday.
And he hasn't really done any baseball activity yet.
Right.
So that may be, to be honest with you, hope you can see him in May at some point. Hopefully everything's no setbacks.
Ground ball, kind of Falefa. Arenado gets it started around the horn, double play.
Just hit it to the wrong guy here. Arenado kind of stumbles getting it out of his glove a little bit, but a nice turn by Castro at second base. But you know, IKF's there. He's kind of there to be that shortstop behind Story in case of an injury. If Marcelo's at third or at second, you don't want him switching positions to give Story off days. You want to leave him where he is. And really, the Romy Gonzalez injury kind of opens the door for, you know, Andrew Monasterio or
Right.
Nick Sogard, right? Like one other guy to.
Yeah, kind of Falefa was going to be on this team.
Yes.
Super utility role. As a teammate of Brock Holt in Texas, said he learned a lot about the preparation, the process, everything it takes to play multiple positions. Holt obviously did that well. It's 2 down now. Nathan Hickey trying to keep the inning going. Fouled off here. The horns have entered the building.
Yeah, much better than, say, like the Trop.
Yeah, the Vuvuzelas.
Like that horn. That's just, no, this is a lot more fun, a little better atmosphere.
Got dancing, horns playing, music playing at times. Great atmosphere tonight here at JetBlue Park. Puerto Rico will play across town in Minnesota tomorrow. Hickey getting out of the way of that one. No, couldn't get out of the way. He was hit by the pitch. He'll take first base with 2 down.
Just at Leon in Worcester last year with Nathan Hickey, so they exchanged some smiles. This ball kind of gets his, actually throws behind him, kind of gets him in that right calf.
That'll bring up Connor Wong. Grounded out to short to end the 2nd inning. Red Sox just 1 hit on the day. Was that the bunt single?
Braden Ward.
The only hit of the day for Braden Ward.
Oh, Rodriguez was impressive.
After the leadoff walk, a 10-pitch battle that Caleb Durbin won.
You know, I played 1 year in Venezuela and win a ball. Played for Puerto La Cruz, the Caribes, which is where Andrew Monasterio plays. Played with guys like Marco Scudero, Maglio Ordonez, and I actually only played for like 2 or 3 weeks because I rolled my ankle. But it was a fun experience playing in front of crowds like this. They actually sent me home because we didn't have any athletic tape and they couldn't tape my ankle. I'm like, can we ship it down?
Can we get some
I kind
sent?
of want to stay.
Amazon wasn't around yet back then. Couldn't
No
just order
athletic
it.
tape. Can you imagine?
No tape.
Here's the kicker, though. They tell me I have no tape. I go out there and play that night. I'm not playing. Half the teams got their wrists taped. So you guys spare a roll? Maybe so I can play? They were taped wrists all over the place.
Not for you.
Athletic
We
tape.
got no tape.
What am I missing?
Tip the right people. Did you play? Was Matt Stairs around when you were playing?
He played, yes.
Yeah.
He was sort of like,
He was the mayor of whatever team that was.
he used to play Mexico.
Yeah. Oh, it was Mexico?
Yeah.
He wound up buying the team. Like
Yeah.
his 3rd year. And he told me the reason he bought the team is because they weren't going to let him keep playing winter ball. Like, you're all done. He goes, no, I want to keep playing.
So Trot Nixon went down there and played with Stairsy on that team, and I don't think Trot's ever been the same. No.
That's not right.
Matt Stairs would be sleeping at the end of the dugout, and they'd be like, Matt, why don't you go pinch hit? You good? And he'd come up and lace a double right out of a nap. He could hit.
Literally could wake up swinging.
Yeah.
That's ground ball. Harney's up with it. He'll get the lead runner to end the inning. Heading to the 5th. Red Sox down 4-0.
Retailer.
Back here at JetBlue Park, Team Puerto Rico up 4-0 here in the 5th. And as you guys mentioned, I had a chance to sit down with Red Sox manager Alex Cora and his older brother Joey, with an assist from the manager, of course. But entertaining conversation. Really looking forward to sharing that with everybody. But as we mentioned, Team Puerto Rico, a host site for the World Baseball Classic for the first time since 2013. So naturally, a lot of ticket requests come in. Joey took care of 3 tickets tonight, but Alex is taking care of the family back home in Puerto Rico. And there was a situation with one of the tickets that he explains where his mother said she actually wasn't going to go to the game. Take a listen. Joey's on the coaching tab, but you took care of all the tickets, right?
I did in this one, and back home too. Yeah. Well, I mean,
I got 3 tickets for today's game.
Yeah, you got 3.
At home.
At home, I got him. I got him, man.
He got far. He didn't get it.
Yeah, but I mean,
expensive. But he's making way more money.
I didn't want to get there. You know, I knew it.
It was very simple. Mom calls. I tell you the story. Mom calls. Hey, Joey, you guys gonna get the tickets for the games? I said, oh no. Love you anything, but Alex is gonna pay for those.
Yeah,
so
I got it. I went out for my run this morning, and she called me. He's like, hey, Joey says you got the tickets. I'm like, I got it. I got it.
It's very simple.
True story, by the way, and he'll hate me for this. So everybody's talking about tickets. She started the whole conversation. So I'm dealing with my sisters. Hey, we got X amount of tickets. You have to make sure you spread the wealth, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then I get a text, Mom is not going. I'm like, wait. I grab the phone. I call her. I said, because with this stuff, she kind of like, she stays away. She watches on TV, whatever.
Well, the games are late too.
And but I told her, I said, listen. He's coaching third for the national team. If I was coaching for the national team, it would mean everything for me. For you to be there, you better be there for her, for him, and she will be there.
Yeah.
So just shows just how important that is, guys. And they joked about it, but in many aspects, Alex, before he won a World Series, he said being a part of the Puerto Rican national team was a highlight of his career. It's very important to folks back on the island. Everybody seems to be enjoying it very much. And they're looking forward to this, but he had to make sure that his mother would be there to watch it because this is such an honor for Joey. He hadn't worn this jersey in over 40 years when he was a player representing. So they'll be there. They feel good about this team, and most importantly, Alex, he's got the big check, so he can handle it as well.
You heard it way more than me.
Yeah, and it's really so cool when you think about the 2 brothers. Right, during the season, Joey's, Detroit, so it's competitive, but they're still getting together. It's good to see each other. But both these guys, the brothers, they played in the big leagues. Now they're both coaching in the big leagues. Obviously, Alex managing, but just been in the game for so long. So lucky to be able to kind of work with each other or against each other on given nights.
That's Luis Vasquez, the pinch runner, showing some speed, going first to third on the base hit from Carlos Cortez.
And that is one thing, too, when you play a Joey Cora team, you have to be ready. You know, maybe, I don't know if it caught Campbell a little bit off guard there, but, you know, you live and learn. But you got to know he's going to test you here first to third, get in a better position, get rid of it quick. Like, this is not a given. We're sending him here. And he gets in there rather easily. It's good speed.
So second inning of work for Tyler Uberstein. Men on the corners, nobody out. They rule Harnais, trying to add to a 4-0 Puerto Rico lead. Such a special relationship between the two of them, the Coras. You know, what's the age difference?
I think 12 years.
12 years. They lost their father young. And so Joey, in many ways, and Alex have been very upfront about this, became a father figure in many ways to Alex when he was young. Back to Uberstein, looks the runner back, gets the out at first. Cortez advances to second base, but one out now in the fifth.
And they have, and like I said, it's, and you know, honestly, a couple times a year, Alex will talk about it, the subject of his dad, and you can see he gets emotional. And you know, sure, his mom out here watching her two sons being on the same baseball field at this level, that is just special. And they're really lucky to be able to have that kind of relationship and be able to show up here, and especially in a day like tonight where a little more relaxed and just have fun with it.
And when you talk to Alex, by the way, you know how you say somebody is their own worst critic? He's not, because his mother is their own worst critic. She watches these games. You know, you and I were talking the other day about how you talk to your kid after a game. His mom's still very much paying attention to everything that happens in these games.
Yeah.
He's like, you think the Boston fans are tough? If I make a bad call as a manager, I'm hearing it from my mom that night.
It's also why he started running to lose some weight. His mom started getting on him. Right?
That's a great mom. Big swing and a miss there. 8th year as manager of the Red Sox for Alex Cora. Talk about the right guy for the right team at the right time. One of only 3 managers to lead the Red Sox to 3 or more postseasons. Top 3 in wins and games managed all time for the Red Sox. And you could feel it again last year. After a couple of long, tough years, Lou, you could, you know, he said it after that Yankee series, I had fun with this group. But you could feel the energy back with Alex Cora last year. Young team, trying to mold them to play the game the right way. Here's a good play at first base. Isaiah Kiner Falefa coming home with it after he gets the play. A terrific double play to end the inning.
That's hit right to his right. He's able to get that tag down quickly and then look up and see he's still got to play at the plate. Really good throw, something Connor can handle. Nice job.
Spring training lives on NESN 360. Download the app to stream every Red Sox game live and get even more content. Sign in with your NESN Direct account or TV provider and watch the game now. Great way to keep on top of what's happening at spring training, watching it on the app. A lot of day games. We understand you got to be at work. Just put it up on your screen in the office. No one's going to notice. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa with a nice play to end that inning. IKF. That's what I'm going to go with. It's a lot easier.
Smart man.
Giovanni Moran, the Red Sox pitcher, on the mound against the Red Sox. So far tonight, you've had a pitcher traded away by the Red Sox, a pitcher who started the final game of last season for the Red Sox, and now a guy who pitches for the Red Sox.
Well, Moran's going to be a big part of it. I'm sure this is a fun little day for him, right? He's been hanging out with these guys for a better part of a month, and to be able to face a few of them here. But yeah, a little sinker, 92-93. The changeup is the money pitch. That's why sometimes he's had some reverse split, tougher on righties because of that pitch. But gonna ask him to get some big outs for this bullpen.
And he'll face Braden Ward to begin the 5th inning here. 4-0 Puerto Rico with the lead. Moran was on the Puerto Rican team 3 years ago. He was part of that team. He was here at JetBlue Park when they faced the Red Sox, but he didn't get in the game. He said it was cool to see how different the atmosphere was here at this ballpark with the Puerto Rico flair in the stands. In Puerto Rico this winter, playing winter ball, getting the velo up a little bit. You know, you talk about separating the velocity, the fastball and the changeup. They want him to get a little more hump on the fastball.
Well, he's hitting at 93 now. The changeup's in the 83 range, so 10 miles an hour, really good separation. The spin is going to be the cutter off the fastball, but the slider, the one that he just missed, the pitch prior to Ward.
Gets the called strike.
Ward with that eye black. Looks like he just came out of the College World Series.
Coming down on the sides. There it is. He's got the bunt single.
Still the only hit Sox got.
Being out hit 7-1, trailing 4-0. High fly ball, pop up, third base. Vasquez, who came in for Arenado, makes the catch. Luis Vasquez, the third baseman. One down here in the 5th. Talking about Giovanni Moran pitching now against the Red Sox, but his opportunity with the Red Sox. Lou, we've talked a lot about the importance of this bullpen. The lefty spot is kind of open. He's out of options. He's a guy with experience.
I feel like it's kind of his. You know, all offseason, guys are taken off the roster, traded away, and throughout all of it, Giovanni was still here. Well, I think that tells you what they thought of him and their expectations this year. There's that changeup. It's devastating to righties. That pitch has always been around 50% whiff rate in his career. Like, it's just a swing and miss pitch.
There's a long fly ball left field. The new left fielder, Eddie Rosario, gets under the 2nd out of the inning. When you talk to Alex Cora about baseball over the years, you get to sort of know how a manager talks. When Cora brings up guys without being asked about them, that's when you know he's on their radar, right? And over the course of this winter, the name Moran would come out of Alex Cora's mouth a lot. You talk about relievers, you talk about the bullpen, he said Moran looks good. Moran's doing good things. I like what he's doing at winter ball. Gives you an idea that he's got an opportunity here with this team. And that's where this World Baseball Classic gets interesting, right? Because guys like this get an opportunity now to go pitch on the big stage, pitch in meaningful moments, in meaningful games. Yeah, maybe he's not throwing those spring training innings here with the team, but they're all going to be keeping an eye and knowing exactly what he does for this team.
And I mentioned getting righties out. It's really important in today's game, right? 3-hitter minimum. You bring them in the 6th, maybe the 7th inning, and guess what they do? They kind of flip guys around, so end up facing righties. Especially, you know, if you bring them in to face the top of an order, they're probably not going to do that. But you start bringing them to face 6, 7, 8, 9. Now here come the righties off the bench, and that changeup neutralizes them as well.
Yeah, it's called strike 2 and 2 to Christian Campbell, over 2 on the night. Strike out in the 1st inning, grounded out to 2nd in the 3rd. Called strike 3, so a 1-2-3 inning for Moran, and we head to the 6th with the Red Sox trailing 4-0.
On us, no trade-in needed.
Who's on your Mount Rushmore of Puerto Rican baseball players?
No, again, yeah, I need to make sure that I say the name right. Yari Molina, Carlos Beltrán, Roberto Clemente, Francisco Lindor.
Well, there you go. And by the way, very important, if you're going to list off the Mount Rushmore from your, you start with the manager of the team you're playing for. Go right ahead. Let's start right there.
Smart man.
That was Yoani Moran, who looked good. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to show you our Red Sox Mount Rushmore in a minute. But first, Tyler Uberstein back out for another inning of work. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here to begin the 6th.
Tyler's a guy that's really, really interesting. The Red Sox really like him. He's one of these under-the-hood guys, right? The fastball they love to play. But I was talking before. I think he was a little disappointed his first few outings. Kind of, he's like, I feel like I'm 92, 94. Meanwhile, before I was 94, 95, kind of in pens, and I felt like velocity was down just a tick. And a lot of that can be mechanical early on in camp, but pounds the strike zone, throws strikes.
An incredible story. We talked about it. No scholarship offers. Played club ball at the University of Southern California. Was eventually cut.
He was cut
from the club ball team.
From club baseball at USC.
Wound up working out at a place called PFA Sports 3. Over an hour Uber ride. He got up at 5 a.m. every morning, took the Uber ride, and went through the whole process of helping him rebuild, retool everything he did and get more velocity. Worked out. He wound up working out with the USC varsity team as he gets a strikeout here. Throughout the fall and winter. Thought he was making the team, and then 2 days before that season, he got cut.
Yeah, he's getting cut everywhere. Well, he went to Northwestern, and they gave him an opportunity. It was a little cutter. A little ugly swing.
But that didn't come easy. He's 4 starts into a great start in 2020 in Northwestern, and then COVID came. They shut down the rest of the season. But that actually might have been helping him out because Sox scout Alonzo Wright couldn't go see any pitches, so he started diving into video, and he found this guy at Northwestern. And he kept looking at the video, and he said, I like what I see.
Well, remember at the end of the year, last year, I mean, they were scrambling. You know, up comes Tolley, up comes Early. Giolito's on the IR. It's just like, you know, his name popped up an awful lot in conversations since September based on how he was throwing the baseball. To the point where if they even moved on to the next round, his name was in the mix. Maybe even get a start in a long series.
Yeah, you said they were talking about it.
Yeah.
Tolley and Early obviously getting the opportunities, but he was in the mix.
Well, it was the first time he's really been healthy, so he goes out there and he's throwing it. And honestly, by like July, I remember talking to some people in the minors, like, who's this Uberstein guy? Like, what?
And you probably didn't pronounce it right because nobody knew who he was. I asked him, how do you pronounce your name? He says, any way you want, man. Just talk about it.
He didn't care.
He did not care.
So he's taking a Uber?
So he's taking, yeah. I said, is it YouTube or Uber? Which app do you sound like? He said Uber.
But it was just like, you're talking to some of the people that watch this team a lot in the minors. Like, what am I talking about this kid? He's putting up numbers. He's throwing strikes. He's striking dudes out. And it just sort of kept growing. He just kept throwing the ball that well.
So Lugo now at the plate. As we start to get some players coming into this game. Matthew Lugo played with the Angels last season, 31 games with them.
He was a prospect at one point with the Red Sox. I think was it that Garcia trade a couple summers ago? Luis Garcia, the guy that was sinker ball, ground ball monster that gave up 4 or 5 home runs in his first 2 or 3 appearances. Like, he didn't give up home runs at all.
Never. Ground ball
ever.
guy.
And then couldn't keep the ball in the park for some reason.
Mickey Gasper behind the plate, by the way, replacing Connor Wong.
Starters kind of coming up here next inning for the Sox. Story, Meyer, and Durbin. So you figure maybe they get one more at bat. Get 6 full innings probably.
2-out walk to Maldonado, keeping the inning going, and it's 3-1 now to Matthew Lugo. Fouled off. It's 3-2. Eddie Rosario on deck. Matthew Lugo at the plate. Runner goes, 3-2 pitch missing outside. All right, we showed you the Puerto Rican Mount Rushmore of baseball, and when we come back, we'll show you our Red Sox Mount Rushmore of baseball. But Alex Cora out to make a pitching change. And we will take a break. 4-0 Puerto Rico lead here in Fort Myers.
retailer.
Yeah, fun night of baseball so far here, other than the score for the Red Sox. Great atmosphere in the crowd. You've heard the horns going all night long. They keep the beat. 3 runs in the first inning for Puerto Rico and a 4-0 lead now here in the 6th. Eddie Rosario at the plate. Jay Almer, latest pitcher for the Red Sox. Almer out of Seton Hall and UNC Asheville. Last season with Salem, 28 appearances. Got 1 game up in Greenville. Got an appearance there, won a couple innings. Moving up to high A. Take a look at his numbers in minors combined last year. Coming into a 2-on-2-out situation in the 6th. Hot shot gets by Kiner Falefa all the way back to right field. Ward quickly out there, gets the throw in, but it's an RBI single and a 5-0 lead for Puerto Rico.
Well, the crowd is loving it here at JetBlue. Little sinker leaves it up and in. It's one of the things you love about it too. You see Rosario kind of hit it and that little emotion that he shows.
A little rub of the hair there, the bleached blonde hair.
That's what makes the next 2 weeks so much fun.
Right.
See the crowds getting into it, the players kind of just showing that emotion.
Runner goes, throw out from Gasper, not in time. That's a stolen base for Rosario. Now 2 on in scoring position for Luis Vasquez.
Looked like Mick didn't really have the grip on that ball. A little cut down there at second base. 2 outs, just looking for that fly ball. Good time for a sac fly.
Crowd back to life now with men in scoring position. 5-0 lead for Puerto Rico. Threatening to add to it here in the 6th. Baffled on the curveball there. 1-2. We got the conga line going yet? Oh yeah, it's starting. There we go. Get your steps in. 1-2, ground ball. Meyer charges it, makes the play to end the inning. We'll come back with our Red Sox Mount Rushmore right after this.
Training games on NESN 360.
Saturday at 1, the Red Sox host the Rays at Fenway South, only on Nesson 360. Join us for that as the conga line is rolling in. Wally's right in the middle of it. Now, see, you'll never see that in the regular season. You won't see him dancing with Yankee fans or, you know, partying with the Padres on opening day. But today's different.
Yeah, showing some rhythm. Getting after a little bit.
Fits right in. All right, Red Sox haven't had much going offensively today. Try to change that here. You got Story, Meyer, and Durbin due up. Just the one hit for the Red Sox. That was a bunt single for Braden Ward back in the 3rd inning. Have not had a runner in scoring position yet tonight. Story takes a strike from the new Puerto Rico pitcher, Jose Espada, at the plate. I mean, on the dish. On the mound is what we're trying to say. He's the pitcher. Spring training for everybody.
You having trouble focusing, huh?
Hold on. Well, that's all the dancing. It's been fun. And it is, it's getting longer, the conga line. It's right down in front of us now.
Well, you'd love to get down to Miami, wouldn't you?
Oh, it's good. I would love to get down to see some of that. Might try one of the quarterfinal games. We have an off day. Oh-2 pitch down in the dirt. Every next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, is the only scheduled off day of camp. And I believe it's the Dominican against Colombia. It's not Venezuela. I think it's Dominican Venezuela, maybe. In Miami. I would love to. I mean, it's just going to be insane.
Yeah. So this guy has spotted a pitch for Calgas too over the winter. How'd Ramon Vasquez lose? It's like you got the whole staff.
Well, if you're gonna, I mean,
don't ask him, by the way, because he's still devastated.
He's not happy.
Didn't go well.
Thought they had it.
That final playoff game, there's a few mistakes that honestly he's still bothered by.
Fouled off, stay alive.
Trevor's another guy that's had a really nice camp, 6 for 15, kind of coming into today, driving the ball to left field, and hopefully just sort of continuing where he left off there from June on, essentially, right? April was okay. It was okay. It was a good first month after missing a lot of baseball. May, just swing and miss. It was just, you wasn't sure what you were watching. Then all of a sudden June hit, and he just became such a productive hitter last 4 months of the year.
Leading the Red Sox in the postseason, his first playoff action since 2018.
Yeah, when he's going good, that 1-2 pitch isn't missed. You know, like, probably kicking himself because now you try to get maybe some nasty.
Into this one, foul. Went 5 for 13 in the wild card series against the Yankees.
He swung it. 25 home runs again. I don't know. People talking about his team's not going to hit 18 homers. No, I mean, I guess if he gets hurt, maybe, but if he's healthy, he's hitting 20 plus.
Good take there. 2-2. Talk about a guy trying to will his team to win. Remember game 2, he had the game-tying 2-run double early. Then he had the game-tying solo homer later. Fouls it back.
Yeah, that's another one. See him kind of tap that barrel after he missed it. And this is the, you know, when you're going well, and it's spring training, he's been swinging the bat real well, the at-bat's over. All right, you talk about good at-bat, 10 pitches, 12 pitches into it, but
missing, and it's 3-2 now. 10 pitches in the at-bat already. Swing and a miss, strike three. So Espada wins the battle. A 10-pitch battle, gets the strikeout of Story to begin the 6th inning. That'll bring up Marcelo Meyer, trying to do something here with the bat. We've already seen him do it with the glove, literally with the glove.
Nice inning there in that 2nd inning. This is a ball up the middle in one action. Catch and flip behind his back to Story. Really tough play to make it an accurate one. And then this the charge and more glove work. Made a couple innings without the ball ever hitting his bare hand. Really nice work by Marcelo.
Takes ball 1. Over 2 on the night. Meyer made his first action. It's the last Friday. The road game. Up at Atlanta. Up at Northport. Home run in his first game.
We're in the camp. We went down to, towards the end of camp, he was just fantastic. We went down to Mexico for those 2 exhibition games. He was the best player in the field in those 2 games. Obviously big moments for him, right? Playing in Mexico.
Remember, he said after that second night, I interviewed him down in the dugout, he said, this is the greatest night of my life. It's an exhibition game. But back where his family is from,
yeah, another guy
showing the world what he can do.
Would have loved to have played in the WBC. I think the insurance might have been an issue there as well. But you got to believe the next WBC, he's going to be a big part of that.
Takes the ball upstairs. 3-1 to count to Meyer. Just his 2nd major league spring training camp. And he takes ball 4. So Meyer aboard for the first time tonight. Red Sox trying to get someone in scoring position for the first time tonight. Caleb Durbin at the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Jose Espada, 4th pitcher of the evening for the Puerto Rico team. First that has no connection to the Red Sox.
And I like the walk too from Meyer. That's part of it, right? Pitch recognition, draw some walks, know the zone, lay off some of the breaking balls out of the zone. It's a good sign.
Sox out hit 8-1. Durbin chases. It's 0-2. Espada was in AAA with the Orioles organization. This one gets away. Meyer will get to second base for the first time tonight. The Red Sox have a runner in scoring position.
It's funny, Team Puerto Rico's in here and Christian Vasquez on deck, because you look at Caleb Durbin and there's a little bit of resemblance with old friend Christian Vasquez.
Yeah. Yeah, first time you meet Durbin, you see it right away. Tried to hold up and did. Got to see Vasquez for a moment before the game. Yeah, you see it there, especially on the profile when he looks to the side. Fouls it back. Yeah, talking to Vasquez before the game briefly. You know, he's hoping to parlay this World Baseball Classic into a Major League opportunity.
You got to think so. Veteran catcher like that, there isn't a team that's starting a young catcher that could use a vet behind him to catch every 5th day, talk to him about the position, experience, won 2 World Series.
2-2 to Durbin, drive to center field. Lugo is there, under it for the catch. Meyer tagging up, throw comes in off the glove. And Meyer will hold up at third. 2 down now in the 6th. Especially that position, someone who can help with the staff, someone who can help you in every facet of the game. This guy's been a winner.
Well, you look at the guy behind the dish right now for Team Puerto Rico, Martin Maldonado. I mean, he's stuck around forever because what he does for the 13 guys on the staff.
15th season last year. 3 times World Series appearance with the Astros, and first pitch swinging a base hit for Kiner Falefa, the first run of the game, as he drives in Meyer to make it 5-1.
Well, the Red Sox taking some cuts. Story and Durbin, and missed their pitch, kind of fouled them straight back, but IKF doesn't. You know, he gets all over this first pitch fastball, middle. Gets Meyer in for the first run for the game for the Sox.
Nathan Hickey, 0-for-1, got hit by a pitch. But we'll have a pitching change before he gets his at-bat in. We'll take a break. Red Sox gotten on the board with their second hit of the game. It's 5-1 Puerto Rico. Welcome back to JetBlue Park. It's the 5-1 lead for Puerto Rico. Bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. Red Sox getting a run on the board. And do not adjust your set. That is a Red Sox pitcher on the mound pitching against the Red Sox. Oh. We've got Eric Rivera. He was with the Greenville Drive last season. You see the numbers. The Red Sox made 5, sorry, players available for Puerto Rico for the same reason the Red Sox have the minor leaguers in the bullpen if you can't finish an inning. But Puerto Rico doesn't have endless arms as they get ready for the World Baseball Classic. So this will be Eric Rivera.
Cool moment for Eric Rivera.
And he's from Puerto Rico, by the way.
Yeah, he was signed in the 4th round, drafted in the 4th round by the Angels in 19 out of the Puerto Rico Baseball Academy.
Drafted originally as a 2-way player, but struggled at the plate in his 2019 first-year pro season.
He was born in Caucus, Puerto Rico. I mean, what? I feel like everybody either plays there or was born there.
And you got to know that's a great opportunity for him. Pitching in front of, I mean, you look at that coaching staff, right? The legends over in the Puerto Rico dugout. Alex Cora and the Red Sox dugout. One pitch.
I mean, think about what he's been doing the last 3 or 4 innings. He's hanging out in the bullpen with big leaguers. Edwin Diaz. Talk about a thrill, right? Gives an A-ball last year. Now he's pitching for Team Puerto Rico in an exhibition game.
Big swing and a miss. Big cut. He's tried to chase the fastball. Nathan Hickey. 2-2 the count.
95.
I think the Red Sox get at least one more, so it's a save situation for Rivera. We might get the trumpets. A trumpet. Boom. That one comes in high and inside. It'll be 3-2 as the runner advances to second base.
Well, I don't think it needs to be a save situation for him, right? I mean,
probably not.
Probably scheduled
Probably
appearance.
not saving him for the 9th inning.
If they want him to throw an inning, he probably will. And
do you get the trumpet if you come in the 7th?
I hope. I mean, this game doesn't mean anything.
You've got enough horns around the ballpark. So least you can do is have a trumpet. That's ball. That's a walk. So Hickey aboard now.
What was it, 2 years ago? Remember in September that series against the Mets just didn't go well, kind of ended it for the Red Sox. And I think they got swept against the Mets. And I don't think he pitched. I remember leaving there saying, Red Sox lost all 3. The season's probably over, but I didn't even get trumpets.
Didn't get the trumpet.
If you're going to lose all 3.
Least you can do, right. Mickey Gasper, first pitch swinging, sends that one to center field. It drops in, coming around is Kiner Falefa, and the Red Sox get their 2nd run of the inning, a 2-out knock for Mickey Gasper.
Comeback has begun.
And that'll bring up Braden Ward. Prior to this inning, had the only hit of the game. I was wondering what happens here. Which manager comes out to talk to him? He's a Red Sox pitcher. Which pitching coach would he come out of the others? Would it be Andrew Bailey coming out to talk to him, or would it be the Puerto Rico coach? Jose Rosado Jr. out to talk to him.
Well, he's not in big league camp, so I don't know how much Bailey really does know, but that would have been different, right? Andrew Bailey, I got him. He runs out.
Both coaches come out. One decides. I'll go. You got him. You get him. Braden Ward at the plate. 2 on, 2 out. 5-2 game now.
Pretty cool. Core went out to talk to him. Conga line's back.
Coming right out in front. It's getting bigger. They lose Wally. They lost Wally.
Wally's tired.
It's a big 1 lap. That's it.
Not in the best shape.
He looks at best shape of his life, though. I thought he showed in the camp. You know, a little lighter, looking good. Say that about everybody in the spring. 1-0 pitch outside. Nobody said it about me. They ever say it about you now? I'm sure they did back when you played.
No.
But anybody look at you last week and say, hey, Lou, what'd you do this offseason, man? You look bigger, stronger.
No.
They never say that to the announcers. There's Wally. 2-0 pitch now from Rivera. Missing upstairs, the 3-0 count.
I got no ABS. Lip can help out a little bit.
Yeah, there will be video replay in the WBC for plays, but no ABS challenge. It's a 4-pitch walk to Braden Ward. The bases are loaded now. And Yadier Molina, I sounded like Jerry Remy there. Yadier Molina will come out after the bases are now loaded. And that'll be it for Eric Rivera.
Still nice. The whole team out there giving him a little pat.
No doubt.
Telling him a great job. Still a nice moment. Didn't go exactly the way he would have liked, but he'll remember this night for a long time.
Rico Garcia coming in now with the bases loaded. The Red Sox looking to inch closer, down 5-2 in the 6th. We are back under the lights. Sixth inning. The Red Sox trying to rally here. Finally getting some going. Had just one bunt single coming into the inning, but they have put together a good inning. Couple of walks, couple of singles, 3 walks now. Bases are loaded. Conga line losing a little steam with the Red Sox rallying. Rico Garcia on the mound as he'll face Alan Castro. Got that Mount Rushmore of Red Sox players coming up later. 1-0 pitch down to the dirt. It's 2-0. There's Rico Garcia. The Yankees, Mets, Baltimore last season. 29 appearances, a 3.15 ERA. Fouled back. Puerto Rico plays Minnesota in their other exhibition game. Their pool play begins Friday at home against Panama. Probably the most wide open pool of this tournament. Panama, Cuba, Canada, Colombia. Puerto Rico has the most major league experience of any team in that group. Gets the called strike.
You would think the bracket out in the pool in Miami, you think Dominican, Venezuela, you know, that USA lineup is just unbelievable. I was looking at that Dominican game tonight too, and I'm like, oh my God, both of them are off the charts.
Gets the called strike 3, and a little emotion from Garcia. Bangs the mitt after he gets the strikeout to end the inning with the bases loaded. But the Sox get 2. We head to the 7th. Puerto Rico up 5-2.
Partners near you.
Back here in Fort Myers, Red Sox trail 5-2 here in the top of the 7th after getting a couple of runs over. And the night is over for Caleb Durbin, and he joins us now at the end of the dugout. And Caleb, how do you characterize this atmosphere? I mean, pretty electric. The horns, just nonstop action. You've been a part of anything like this before?
No, there's music, dancing. It's a lot of fun. I mean, these fans are having a blast, and it's definitely carrying on in the field. We're having a lot of fun, so definitely a cool experience.
Let you get that ball. About 2+ weeks for you now at camp. How do you describe how things are going for you so far at the plate on defense?
It's been great, you know, super smooth transition coming over here. I mean, the guys are awesome. You know, that goes a long way when you mesh well with the guys in the clubhouse and the staff and everyone just in the organization. It's been a lot of fun so far.
We've been talking a lot about in your history too, talking about just your plate appearance, your plate discipline, your inability to strike out so many times. Where did you develop your approach so well?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a smaller guy, right? So you got to play to what you got, and been able to kind of use it to my advantage a little bit, just trying to control the zone. And have had a lot of really good coaches along the way to kind of help me with plate discipline and approach, you know, and that stuff goes a long way too.
You got so comfortable last year in Milwaukee playing third. but here you possibly may be moving around a little bit. How much do you enjoy just having that infield versatility?
Yeah, I love it. You know, I played up the middle my whole life, and then having a ton of experience last year at the big league level, playing third base every day was a ton of fun. So that, I mean, that in the minor leagues you come up, and that's a big part of it, is trying to have that versatility to be able to help a big league club in any way, you know, that you can. So definitely want to carry that over here and just mesh well with these guys on defense.
You know, I talked with Garrett Crochet earlier this week, and comment that he made about your physique kind of went viral, man. He was very complimentary about your traps, but you wanted him to mention your biceps as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the traps, it's the whole body of work. But no, Garrett's awesome, though. I mean, obviously a great leader for us. He's made me feel right at home, obviously. So, yeah, he's a great dude in the clubhouse, though.
I think the word that he used actually was sneaky build. So you're not sneaking up on anybody anymore. And thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it, Caleb.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And another actually funny story, guys. I met Caleb for the first time last week, came over, introduced myself, and I was like, hey, what's going on, man? I'm Jemai Webster. I'm doing the sidelines. And so he was like, oh, yeah, what year? And I was like, what are you talking about, man? He said Webster University. He went to Division III, St. Louis in Washington, right? And he thought I went to Division III Webster in Missouri. So I was like, no, that's not me, man. Different kind of Webster. So that's kind of our thing now, man.
That's a St. Louis University is in that UAA. It's a Division III conference, but it's all over the country. Have you ever seen like Brandeis?
Yeah, shout out to all the Division IIIs out there.
Brandeis and NYU and St. Louis and Chicago and Carnegie Mellon and Pittsburgh. They fly to all the games. It's a crazy conference.
So, well, I'm curious to see like what position Caleb thought that Jemai played.
Yeah, did he go
Webster.
there, Jemai? Jemai, what position did you play at Webster University?
Well, that was the thing. He thought I played.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man, outfielder. Back in the 90s. It was Granada Hills Little League, though.
Just go with it.
So it was pretty electric, man. We kind of got a good laugh about that. But I was like, yeah, no.
Great. What year? Excuse me?
But Jemai, you've gotten to be around him a little bit like we have, and we keep saying Boston fans are going to love this guy. Like the intensity, the approach, the kind of dirt dog, right? That's everything. That's the kind of stuff that plays well in Boston.
Yeah, absolutely. And as he just mentioned, get every ounce of talent out of his body. A smaller guy, obviously smaller build, but he doesn't play like it. And I was talking to some of the folks over in Milwaukee about how much they loved him last year. And absolutely, there were some question marks about him at third base. But he proved that the arm plays, they love the plate discipline. I think Boston fans are going to really get to like Caleb Durbin a lot. Personality is off the charts, too. And obviously, the traps. You can't forget the traps.
But don't just dwell on the traps.
I kind of like that. It was, hey, it's
body of work.
Full body of work.
I love that.
But, you know, you do judge it after a trade and see a reaction.
They can hear you.
My bad. What's going on, guys?
We got Kyle Hudson joining us, man. He wanted some FaceTime, too.
Say hello.
Yeah. Gives you the peace sign.
But the Bureau fans weren't happy that he got traded.
Right. The Durbinator.
They
call him the Durbinator. They had videos for him when he came up to the plate. The Durbinator. They had the music from the Terminator. Dun, 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 as he came up. Gonna be fun to have him around. By the way, Christian Vasquez started the inning with a base hit. Was out on the forced play at second base, but see the old familiar number 7 out there on the base paths. Pinch hit single for him. Came in for the designated hitter, so maybe he'll stay in that spot.
You know, this is another interesting left-hander, Samaniego. They acquired him as part of that Oviedo trade from Pittsburgh. Good fastball, 94, 95, can run it up even higher than that. Change up.
High fly ball right field, little communication there, and it works out well. Catch made by Rodriguez. Jackson sliding under him. This is Christian Vasquez's single, by the way. Watch this. Got a little high kick from him here as he got in there to first base.
What is going on with that? Is that like a reverse mohawk?
Yeah. You know, when I saw him, he had the hat on, and he took it off. I was like, whoa. That's part of the, you know, Team Rubio, they call themselves. Everybody goes blonde. Everybody goes bleach blonde. Even Nolan Arenado jumped in on it. And it's kind of, it's a look, you said, right? That's part of this whole tournament. Every country showing its personality a little bit. And these guys get to let it loose a little bit playing for Puerto Rico. There you go. Earlier today, you get a look at Arenado's buzzed down, so you don't get to see a lot of the bleach, but pretty cool there. Marcelo Meyer saying hello. And Arenado's got such a great relationship with Trevor Story. I'm sure they were connecting, and he was introducing him to some of the younger players.
Yeah, a photo like that just sort of reminds you, too, because Arenado's not a small fella. How big Marcelo Meyer is. Like, tall. At first, I thought maybe it was the hair.
No.
But he's just really tall guy.
And you don't think it until you walk up to him. You're like, whoa.
Right.
He doesn't move like a big guy,
no,
right?
He doesn't.
Fluid. So 4-pitch walk here, and a bit of trouble for Samaniego. Samaniego, one of the goals this year is trying to make the slider sharper. The lower arm slot. He calls it low 3/4. Again, another guy with good extension. 6'4", 205.
A couple of walks here. It's not really. He's in Double-A last year. Only had 6 walks, 26 innings, 30 strikeouts. In Double-A.
When you talk about lefties, you'll keep an eye on, even if you don't make the team out of camp. This guy will be right on that radar. Last year, it was only Double-A, but lefties hit 151 against him.
And they got a few of them like that. You know, Jeremy Yellen that we have seen too. The lefty runs up to 97, kind of saw Double-A. They got a lot of interesting lefties at that level, Double-A/Triple-A.
Maldonado fouls it back. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Samaniego trying to get out of the jam. The machete back for one more run. Retiring in October in an emotional video he posted on social media. 7 different teams over the course of his 15-year career. Most notably with the Astros. Won it all with them in 22, one of his 3 World Series appearances. Called strike 3, and Samaniego walks off the mound, leaving him loaded here in the 7th. Well, we talk about Samaniego, part of the deal that brought Oviedo. Yesterday, Oviedo up in Dunedin facing the Blue Jays. Looked terrific in a Red Sox win.
Yeah, really impressive stuff here from Oviedo. 3 innings pitched, couple of hits, no earned runs, didn't walk a guy, struck out 4, had some swing and miss in his game. And you know, that the outing before, his first outing against Minnesota, it was afterwards you find out that he went in that outing, didn't feel well, he was sick. As a matter of fact, the next morning he showed up, they sent him home. So this was a really good sign from Oviedo, and again, on the road. So you're facing some starters. They've lost a few in WBC in Toronto, but still a very impressive outing for Oviedo. Kind of competing and trying to lock up that 5th spot in this rotation.
Garcia back out for a second inning of work, and Andrew Monasterio at the plate for the Red Sox, guy who has opened a lot of eyes here at camp, part of that Durbin deal from Milwaukee.
He's a good player. Can play all over the infield. Had a nice offensive season last year for the Brewers, part-time role, that utility role.
Here he sends this one high towards the green. Monster coming down and off the wall. Pulling up at second base with a double. A leadoff double for Andrew Monasterio in the 7th.
And we've seen that too from him. This one a little bit off the end, but he hit it in the right spot, right down that line. Like some of these new guys, see right away he figures he didn't get it at all. The problem is he just realized that he plays at Fenway South, right? It's going to get a piece of this wall. Really good athlete.
That'll bring up Max Ferguson. Had the big grand slam against the Twins over the weekend. Ferguson last year, 99 games with the Sea Dogs, then 19 with the Woo Sox. 34 stolen bases combined, but really clicked offensively once he went up to Worcester. 802 OPS there. Nearly 200 points higher than his AA OPS. Monasterio on second base. Red Sox trailing 5-2 in the 7th. Been out hit 9-4. Sox with the afternoon game tomorrow. The game will be on ESPN as this one's fouled back up above us. Then a couple of roadies at Philadelphia Thursday, at Detroit on Friday. Back to JetBlue Park on Saturday. One scheduled off day over the course of spring. That'll be next Wednesday. Sox play 32 games total, 30 Grapefruit League games, 2 exhibition games, including this one tonight. Down at the turn, then gets away. Monasterio will advance the walk to Ferguson. Will put men on the corners with nobody out. That'll bring up Yoelin Cespedes. These are the kind of guys you look forward to seeing here as the players are lost to the WBC.
Yeah, you know, I haven't seen this kid play, but I've heard so much about him. Really jumped on the scene, 23, 24, and just young kid still. He's only 20 years old. He blew up in the Dominican Summer League for the Red Sox. As you can see, swing it, hits the ball really, really hard. Last year got up to Salem. 227, only 10 home runs, but still only 20 years old.
That was after missing all of 2024 with a broken hamate. Of course, has been the major league injury of the month or of this spring. Yeah, played in the spring breakout last year. That you know, when they bring the top prospects into games, so he's been noticed, no doubt about that. Drives this one. There's that swing you talked about. And that's an RBI single for Cespedes. And the Red Sox have cut it to 2.
Yeah, they signed him back in 2023. It was the largest signing bonus of that international class. And a lot of people looked at that class and thought he was the best pure hitter in it. Still 20 years old. Get another look at probably A-ball this year, but boy, there was a lot of hype with him. He could swing it.
Yofri Rodriguez now. Take a look at that RBI single for Cespedes, and a big swing here from Rodriguez. Rodriguez acquired in the Quinn Priester deal from Milwaukee. Played for Greenville after the trade, had been in high A Milwaukee.
We mentioned that outing from Oviedo yesterday. It's, you know, you start looking at this rotation. If you mentioned Bayo's now really the only guy that's kind of out of here. Or Suarez is for Venezuela, but Bayo for the Dominican as well. But you have an idea where they're leaning with the top 5 guys. Obviously, a guy like Eric Crochet on top, whether it's Gray and then Suarez, and then, you know, Bayo, Oviedo. Now, there's still an open competition. Is that you got the kids in Early and Tolley. Still Sandoval and Cutter Crawford in the mix, but those 2 guys behind a little bit.
But there's more names on that list than that graphic over the last 4 spring trainings. Right? Like,
it's quality.
Last year, you would not show that many. You'd show 5, maybe 6 guys slated for the rotation.
But it's quality arms. That's the big difference. You know, Cutter Crawford seems to be the farthest behind, so may not be ready to ramp up as a starter, but maybe he could, as a reliever, get the 2 innings by the time camp's over. Sandoval maybe 10 days or so behind. He did go back-to-back on the backfield, but keep in mind, you probably don't need a 5th starter until the first week of the season, so you can be a week late and still be on time. So he's kind of still there on the fringes in the mix.
Good at-bat here for Rodriguez. He draws the walk. The pace is now loaded.
So you got the kids, you know, Peyton Tolley, who's still kind of trying to fine-tune some of the secondary pitches, right, to make that fastball play up. The power stuff, bringing a sinker, working on that changeup, and be a little more consistent curveball. There could be some little fine-tuning there. Conley Early's the guy that's polished. He's ready to go. To me, the only question is, do you want to cut him loose? I don't know if you want him to get to 32 starts, 185 innings. You may want to hide him on a 6-man rotation in AAA. Limit those innings a little bit, and then cut him loose at some point in May.
Got a pitching change. Bases loaded, nobody out. Red Sox down by a pair.
Infinity retailer.
Back here at JetBlue Park, Fenway South, Fort Myers, Florida. Red Sox threatening, down 5-3, but the base loaded, nobody out. And a new pitcher for Puerto Rico. It is Luis Quinones. in the Minnesota organization. Now is a minor leaguer for the Blue Jays organization last year. He'll be facing Jack Winay.
He got some pitch calm issues or what, but just throw down fingers. I think that's what they're sort of discussing over there, but get him a new one.
Jack Winay, we've seen once before. Born in Ann Arbor, but grew up in Newton, Mass, and played at Belmont Hill. Drafted by the Red Sox in the 13th round out of Wake Forest University. Opportunity here with the bases loaded. Last year, out of Wake Forest, played 15 games for Salem. Hit .321 with an .827 OPS. First pitch swinging. 0-1 the count. Had 35 homers over the course of his career at Wake Forest and .999 OPS.
Big kid.
Played for the Vermont Lake Monsters in 2024. Summer ball up at Centennial Field, University of Vermont. Opportunity here with the base loaded, nobody down. Quinones delivers. Upstairs he misses. Fastball high. JetBlue Park, Fenway South in Fort Myers, Florida. I'm Karen Loomer, Loney Jemai Webster. 2-2 the count. When age is 22 years old, 6'3", 220 pounds. Came in relief of Isaiah Kiner-Falefa at first base. Takes the call, strike 3. Drops in the splitter and gets the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Nathan Hickey, the designated hitter, staying in the game. He's been hit by a pitch, drew a walk. 0 for 1, been on base twice. Taking the ball outside with the bases loaded. 3 weeks from Thursday, the season opens up in Cincinnati against the Reds. First time in history. Red Sox play the Reds on opening day. Called strike there. I think he loved it, but you can't tap your helmet here.
I think you get to Cincinnati, I think you know who the 3 pitchers are. The question is, what's the order going to be, right? It's going to be Suarez right after Crochet or Sonny Gray in between them, but those will probably be the top 3, you would think.
And normally you like to separate those lefties, but they are so different.
I mean, you can go back to back, and the hitter just gets a completely different look. I mean, it's just power Crochet to kind of, you know, sinking, cutting, curveball, changeup from Suarez. So you can go back to back with them if you want. You know, it's not like it's Crochet and Tolley that you want to split up, because they're very similar power lefties.
Alex Cora, well, there's no reason to tell you anything 3 weeks before the season, right? But we know Crochet's opening day. We know Contreras is the cleanup hitter. We know Roman Anthony's the leadoff hitter. Everything else to be discussed. Just missing upstairs.
Well, I think one of the reasons why, too, is, you know, you don't want to. I think when you get within the last week, you can start talking about it, because, you know, things can change. You know, whether it's injury, whether it's, you know, somebody could have not even a real injury, could just be sick for a week and be behind, and you got to alter a lot of plans. So there's no need to come out with anything yet.
3-2 pitch. High fly ball, left field. Rosario under it, tagging up and coming in, but the throw is a terrific one from Rosario, and he's hopping his way in from left field after throwing out Ferguson at the plate to end the inning.
This is a beautiful throw from Rosario to left field. Probably a better celebration after the final out. Rosario really enjoying this out in left field. You talk about emotion. Look at him hopping around, dancing around. He's having a good time.
High stepping his way to the end of the seventh.
One thing, my wife is going, my kids are going, girlfriends, and we talked to them. We said, one thing we said, okay, they can go, but you have never, ever experienced what you are just about to experience in a baseball game. Because, I mean, I was in the World Series with the White Sox. He's been in the World Series as a player and winning and all that stuff. And I said, manager, but it's different. It's just different. At home, it's going to be different, even though
he doesn't know yet. He doesn't. I mean, he's saying all this stuff. He has no idea yet.
And you watch it on TV and you feel it. So
Yeah.
I would imagine when his life is going to be even.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's just different.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if we go all the way, you'll be. I told AJ, Hinch, my manager, I told, listen, if we win it all, which will be at the end, I think it's
March 18th.
March 18th or whatever.
March 18th.
I'm not coming back on the 19th. We're gonna go to Puerto Rico and celebrate.
If they win,
no doubt.
I'm not gonna be here.
We're gonna go there. You'll see me when we go to. I think we're playing exhibition games against Colorado in Arizona. You'll see me then.
You'll see me in Cincinnati.
Before that, I'm sorry, bro. And he said, Joey, come on. I said, hey, bro. No. If we win it, I'm gonna celebrate.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to win this tournament? Yeah. And you see the other teams?
It'll be fun.
I mean,
It'll be
come
fun.
on, let's go.
Yeah. And they say it doesn't mean anything, guys. They'd be incorrect about that. You know, that was some great insight really about between how both guys really see Team Puerto Rico, you know. Alex was talking about in that conversation as well about how that 2017 team really changed the game. That was the Let the Kids Play group that you talked about, Lou, where people were taking notice about ball players just playing with emotion and having that. Puerto Rico's been a part of this tournament since its inception in 2006. That's 6 of them. They've been runner-up twice, but they've never won. So AC is preemptively calling in along with his brother Joey in case they do win it all.
He said he'd see you in Cincinnati. So he's taking a week off if they win.
Well, the problem is if they do win, not only is it Cora, but Ramon Vasquez, Jose Flores, they're probably all going to go back for a couple of days and, you know, enjoy it. You might lose half the staff.
They've never won it all, Puerto Rico. They've been to the final twice. Runner-up 2 times. They would love to get back and get a little further this time. At 2017, they were 7-0 going into the final. 2013, they made it to the final there as well. Devin Sweet gets a strikeout to begin the 8th. 5-3. He's been smiling all night, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's having a blast. Like we said, it's like you can't lose tonight. This is what this game is really all about. You know, a nice exhibition, tune-up. Puerto Rico, they're trying to figure some things out, whether it's lineup or they're just kind of getting ready for a big tournament, but a relaxed evening for them. They'll play Minnesota as well tomorrow. So, and for the Red Sox, for Alex, see some old friends.
It's interesting we talked to Alex about this. He is an unabashed soccer fan, and he brought up the World Cup coming to the U.S. this summer. He said that the summer, the World Cup is going to show Americans what soccer's all about, and they're going to become bigger fans after the tournament. He likens this tournament to that. The other day, he likened it to the Olympic hockey. You know, these are NHL superstars, but when you wear your country's uniform, it matters in a different way. And the World Baseball Classic didn't have that feeling early on, as this one is driven by Rosario to right field. Rodriguez is there for the second out of the inning, but it feels like it's getting there now. You know, because all the best players want to play, and that wasn't the case at the very beginning because of the injury concerns.
Well, you know, when you start talking about some of the Latin countries, the best players absolutely wanted to play. When it came to the U.S. team, that wasn't always the case.
Right.
And then I think once they saw what it was like, once they got a taste of it, everybody wanted to be part of it. Now you look at that USA team, and it's just, I mean, it's loaded. It's Dominican team is pretty good too, though. I'm just looking at that lineup with Tatis and Marte and Soto and Vlad, Machado, Caminero. Caminero's hitting like 6th or 7th for that team. Perdomo's hitting 9th. I mean, it's just Julio 8th. It's loaded.
By the way, we were looking at the Venezuela game before. Contreras not in the game. He has entered as a pinch hitter.
Yeah, they had Luis Arraez at first. William Abreu 2 for 4 in that game.
Playing with his brother William Wilson and William Contreras playing together. 5 years apart, so they didn't get to play a lot together growing up. They were together in a Major League All-Star game. That's pretty cool.
Another good team. Acuna.
Ground ball to second base. Cespedes is there.
He's in right field. I don't know if he knows Abreu won the Gold Glove the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Respect them.
There you got it. You got Acuna. He's Acuna. All right, we take a break. As Sweet Caroline plays in the middle of the 8th here at JetBlue Park.
Local Hyundai dealer today.
The World Baseball Classic returns tomorrow with pool play. MLB stars take the field to represent their countries. You can scan the QR code to see every matchup. Expect everything.
And we've been talking about the games beginning this weekend. You take a look at the pools. United States be in Houston. Mexico, Italy, Great Britain, and Brazil. Miami is where Venezuela, Dominican Republic, Netherlands, Nicaragua, and Israel will all be. Tokyo is where Japan, Australia, Korea, Czechia, and the Chinese Taipei. And we told you about Pool A, which will be in San Juan. So the Puerto Rican team will get to be home for their games for the first time since 2013. So, yeah, we were talking about who plays who. I just found it. Pool C and Pool D plays. Pool A against Pool B. So the United States would play team out of Pool A, right? So if the United States first or second, you'd play the opposite first or second place team out of Pool A, which we think would be Puerto Rico.
Well, yeah, let's start looking at Pool C and Pool D. You could stay away from, you know, Japan's in Pool C, and Pool D is Dominican and Venezuela.
Right.
So only 2 of those teams, you know, will advance to the Final Four. USA in their pool play, and the other one is Canada, Colombia, Cuba, Panama, and Puerto Rico. So these 2 teams, USA and Puerto Rico, could meet up.
Yeah, that could be a quarterfinal matchup. Single elimination quarterfinals. Strike 3 on the swing. They get him, and Gasper goes down with the strikeout here. Isaiah Jackson at the plate now. And you look at the timing of things, the quarterfinals begin the 13th. And that's what? Next Friday? So by Wednesday of next week, you're going to have 12 teams eliminated.
Yeah. You're probably just looking at it, you know, Pool D playing Pool C. I mean, the most important thing is probably winning Pool D, because you got to believe Japan probably wins Pool C. You don't want to finish second. You have to play them right out of the gate.
And you know, you would think Venezuela and Dominican are probably the 2 teams to beat in that group. So one of them is going to play Japan in the quarterfinal.
Right away. That's not a good draw. You want to win that pool.
Quinones back out on the mound for Puerto Rico, facing Isaiah Jackson. Championships on the 17th. Semifinals, 15th and 16th. Semifinals and finals in Miami.
So, yeah, we've talked about that many times. You get to that finals, and you got some guys on some of the powerhouses here in camp. You know, you return here in the 18th. You're not playing baseball, right? You're probably taking the day off, maybe the couple of days off. And at that point, you got about 4 games left before you break camp and get ready for Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'd say it's a United States against Venezuela final. That's 5 Red Sox players.
Yeah.
Right, so those are 5 guys who get back here with 5 games left in spring training.
Yeah.
You get a couple of games in, let's head north. Okada at the plate for the Red Sox.
Yeah, and obviously, I think as long as you get everybody back here kind of, you know, healthy, you know, it's baseball, things happen. Cora had mentioned before, Jorge Lopez, right? Minnesota, he blew out like in camp. So, I mean, injuries are going to happen. I think the biggest adjustment, not just for the pitchers and the intensity where it actually matters, so you reach back and try to give a little bit more. It's up to them to kind of be ready to put those bodies in shape and be ready to compete like that. For me, too, it's like the position players. You know, no one's playing 9 innings. But in the WBC, those last 7, 8, 9 innings, you know, take a toll on your body when you start playing 9 when the games matter. Just early in the season, right? Like, you don't do it often in camp.
And Alex Cora is such an unabashed fan of the tournament. Again, he was general manager of Puerto Rico, played a couple of times. He likes saying, listen, you get injured in your hotel room, you can get injured at the World Baseball Classic.
Right.
But to your point, I don't know if injury's more likely, but what does it do to your normal preparation when you're playing 9 innings over the final 5 games of the tournament, 4 games of the tournament?
Well, you got to get ready for that, you know, and that's why even the pitchers come in a week to 10 days, maybe a little sooner or just prepare their intensity. But again, it's that 7th, 8th, 9th inning. When you first do that in spring training, about the 5th, 6th inning, you're like, I'm good. You come out of the game. But those last 2 or 3 innings, yeah, you start to feel in your legs a little bit, right? Hamstrings, quads, hips, groins, all those sort of areas where you're not accustomed to playing 9 in such an intense atmosphere, too.
We're playing 9 here, but we're still in the 8th. We'll take a break, come back with more. Back here at JetBlue Park, it's the bottom of the 8th. Red Sox with 2 on, 1 out, trailing 5-3. 7th pitcher of the night for Puerto Rico. 4th pitcher with a Red Sox connection. Sorry, he's the 8th pitcher, by the way. I said 7th. Yaxel Rios, who you may remember pitched in 20 games for the Red Sox back in 2021 to a 3.70 ERA.
Also another guy that was born in Calgary, Puerto Rico.
That's got to be, I mean, I don't know a lot about the city. It's got to be a good-sized city.
I'd imagine so.
Alex has talked about it plenty over the years, Alex Cora.
Guys, it's actually not that big of a city, and I can tell you because I've been there. It's the only place in Puerto Rico I've been outside from the airport in San Juan. So
it's amazing.
Back in, well, save the story time.
Yeah, save
exactly.
that thought. We're going to come back. That's a tease. We got a tease. Jemai with more on his trip to Puerto Rico when we come back.
/7th player.
Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on NESN is brought to you by Wedgwood Pines. Check out the best kept secret in Stowe, Mass. Visit wedgwoodpines.com. By buyatoyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit buyatoyota.com. And by Sullivan Tire, official tire and auto service of the Red Sox. Ninth inning here at JetBlue Park, Puerto Rico with a 5-3 lead. And Stephen Brooks coming on for the Red Sox. Last year in Salem was a starter, 16 innings of work through 63 innings, 42 walks over those 63 innings of work. But a 5.29 ERA in his first action out of college. Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
You mentioned it, those walk totals, right? That's got to throw strikes. So like a young hitter in the system, right? Got to know the zone, swing at strikes.
6'6", 205. Another tall pitcher, 11th round back in 2024. Facing Christian Vasquez. Christian Vasquez takes the called strike. Vasquez with a pinch hit single, little high step kick when he got to first base. Again, hoping to continue his major league career, though he is unsigned at the moment. Said his 3 kids like to watch him play. So he wants to keep playing for them.
I gotta believe he's gonna get an opportunity to play somewhere, right? Get some at-bats here in this tournament.
Fouls that one off. With the Red Sox from 2008 to 2022, traded to Houston. Wilyer Abreu and Manuel Valdez coming back.
What a trade that was, huh? You know, at the time, it wasn't very popular.
Yeah, went around on appeal. They call the strike, and Vasquez goes down. And here on the Travel Channel, we want to continue our story with Jemai Webster's trip to Puerto Rico. Jemai, tell us more.
Well, that's the thing. You know, this was a trip that we made in 2018 when Alex took the hurricane relief mission from Hurricane Maria. So I hopped on the charter, went over there to provide supplies, and we went to Caguas. So I was thinking, this is my first time in Puerto Rico, by the way, thinking this is going to be exactly what you see on TV, exactly what you Google, just pristine beaches and all that stuff. When we landed, that's what it was in San Juan. But then we took a long bus ride, and then we went up a mountain, and then we were in the hills, which is where Caguas is. So it's nothing like you would imagine, just a small little quaint town, old town Puerto Rico, if you will. And I was joking with him and Joey today, saying I've been to Puerto Rico once, and that's all I saw, and I was there for less than 24 hours, so I got to get back. And he asked me, well, you didn't go to the party that we had? I was like, well, our relationship was different back then. We've gotten so much closer, so I'd expect if there was a party like Puerto Rico wins the WBC, I might be seeing you guys in Cincinnati as well.
We're going to lose
Jemai, we're losing Jemai for a week now if they win it all.
I'm going to Puerto Rico, man. I told him I got to get back. So that's all I know about Puerto Rico is my time in Caguas.
Half the coaching staff, half the broadcast team.
Well, I feel like we should go now.
Let's all go. We're going to Caguas.
Field trip.
And then we're on to Cincinnati.
He hasn't used that line yet, has he? The famous on to Cincinnati. I mean, it's right there for him to use whenever he wants.
Got to save for the last week, I
guess, right? The last presser here?
Yeah. So Brooks has come in. Back-to-back strikeouts begin the ninth. Facing MJ Melendez. Tried to hold up, and he did. Only one other scheduled night game here at JetBlue Park. That's Thursday, March 19th.
Twins.
Big Chairman's Cup game.
Could wrap it up.
Remember what I told you earlier this week. If there's one thing you take away with you, they've never won the World Series without first winning the Chairman's Cup.
Should be the same type of energy, I think, for that game. That's a big one.
Might already be over. It might be like that 10th inning for Team USA today. You might be playing out that 7th game, having already won the thing. Foul down the first base line.
Team USA won 15-1. What a lineup. Witt Jr., couple of hits. Bryce Harper, couple of hits. Judge, couple of hits. Schwarber. Bregman hit a homer. Cal Raleigh. Roman Anthony hit a homer. Buxton. Terang hits 9th. It's just keep coming.
And you're watching Roman Anthony round the bases after that mammoth home run, and you're thinking, there is nothing that is too big for him. There is no moment too big for him. He looks comfortable. You can keep moving him up to whatever echelon there is next, and he looks like he fits right in beautifully. High pop-up. Taken by the shortstop Monasterio, and we head to the bottom of the 9th. Red Sox going to try to rally against Puerto Rico here at JetBlue Park. Here's the game summary brought to you by Sullivan Tire, official tire and auto service of the Red Sox. Puerto Rico jumped out to an early lead. They scored 3 in the first inning off Jake Bennett. Built a 5-0 lead before the Red Sox started battling back. Good outing from Elmer Rodriguez, the pitcher the Red Sox traded for Carlos Narvaez. 3 scoreless, couple of walks, just 1 bunt single. Olin Arenado with a hit. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa had a good night at the plate for the Red Sox. A walk and an RBI single got the scoring started. Got a pitch clock violation here.
Start the rally, TC.
That's how it begins. Rios back out for the 2nd inning of work. Ferguson at the plate. One and one the count. Sox back at it tomorrow, as we said, with the Yankees making their sole trip down. No Aaron Judge. He's playing for Team USA. I'm sure he would have been on the trip otherwise.
Oh, of course.
The Red Sox Yankees.
All the way down from Tampa. I don't think they gave him any gray pants.
He just gets the home. Remember, was it 2003 or 2004 where fans were camped out to buy tickets to the spring training matchup?
Oh, yeah.
Red Sox Yankees. Game televised by ESPN tomorrow. ESPN jumping in for the big game. 2-2 pitch, fouled off.
When they walk in the stadium, they see Luis Sojo hitting 3rd. wasn't quite the lineup we were expecting.
That's what we paid for?
Yeah.
That's what I scalped tickets for?
We go up to Tampa, Yankee fans screaming and yelling, and Lou Merloni's hitting second. They're like, what is this? Where's Nomar?
Where's Nomar? Where's Bill Miller? There's a 3-2 pitch down in the dirt. The Red Sox get a man up, so the tying run will come to the plate. Cespedes. RBI single in his first at-bat of the night in the 7th inning. Yoelin Cespedes.
I mentioned this kid's 20 years old. Things that jump off the page. You saw it last at bat, just like the bat speed. Like he's, you know, at 18 years old, he's registering like exit velocity numbers that should not be registered by most 18-year-olds. Just hitting the ball hard, swings it hard. Had a nice hit his last time up.
Did you see that guy in a hot dog outfit just now?
I did.
He was like checking off how many hot dogs he's eaten. There were check marks on his chest. Cespedes takes ball.
That's like a Toronto thing, isn't it? We go up
Oh,
there.
yeah, Looney Dogs,
Looney
right?
Dogs?
Yeah, Looney Dog night.
How many hot dogs think you can drop in one sitting?
Me? I'm not in my prime anymore, but in my day, 8. High fly ball. Coming in, letting it fall. Try to turn a double play. They'll get the force. No infield fly on that?
Oh, man, on first. That almost deked Cespedes.
Good call. Well, now there's confusion as to who's out. They were looking at each other. They almost both get him out the bag.
Well, Cespedes actually just thought it was caught. He was about to run back to the dugout. He was the one that should have been safe. They had the force out. I don't really think it's an exchange to runner situation. I just feel like
See if you get away with something. See if you can pull a double play.
Some confusion.
Confusion. Steps off the bag. Just a man on first. My bad. How about you? How many dogs? On a
That's
good
about
day?
right.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Lenny DiNardo, there's these things in Rhode Island. Do you know those from Providence? There's a name for them. I forget what they're called, but they're kind of like smaller hot dogs. They're like New York system or something dogs.
I don't know.
They're thing because he tells me he eat like 20 of them. Now, you can't eat 20 dogs, but they're different.
20.
Yeah, but they're smaller.
Literally like 20 dogs and then go to like the gym 4 times a day for the next week and sit in a sauna for like 14 days just to kind of get rid of it.
Look better than all of us. Of course, Joey Chestnut making the guest appearance and Peyton Tolley's USA event. That's a base hit up the middle. And now we got 2 on with 1 out. And Jack Winay, Red Sox fan, trying to keep this thing going. 1 down. 9th inning. Slashes it foul to the right side. All right, we didn't get the trumpet tonight. We didn't get to see Edwin Diaz.
Wasn't scheduled to pitch.
But we got the horn.
We got a lot of the horn.
That's ball. There's a local restaurant here that if you buy a certain drink, they blow horns and bring sparklers to your table. This game tonight has sounded like they've been ordering that drink all night long. 1-1. Couldn't hold up. 1-2 the count. It's been fun. It really has.
Yeah.
It's a totally different environment. You know, I always say back in when you were playing, right, when Manny and Pedro and then David became members of the Red Sox, Fenway started to feel different.
Oh, Pedro
right?
changed
There
it.
were flags waving when Pedro pitched. merengue playing, and dancing, and it was just not, it was not our father's Fenway anymore, and it was a good thing.
Yeah, Pedro changed it. I mean, it was like the community, Dominican community came out from Dominican Republic and flooded Fenway Park, and it was just a party. And of course, he obliged. He put on a show every night.
But when you asked Alex Corda that today, that the World Baseball Classic is sort of exposing the world to what Caribbean baseball is, what winter ball is, he lit right up.
Yeah.
Because that's the baseball he grew up with.
Oh, and now it's kind of like introducing it to the major league level, and it was like okay to have fun.
Missing outside.
I mean, you see the highlights of the Caribbean World Series. I mean, it is like
so much fun to watch.
Oh my God. Entertainment. Sometimes a little over the top, but you know, it's okay.
3-2 pitch to Bonet, stays alive, fouling it off.
Jemai can't hide. Kenny, did he get hit?
Oh no. Mid-season form got out of the way.
Finds him.
It does find him. Bonet drives one to left field, and there to make the catch is Rosario, and there are 2 down in the 9th.
You know, in baseball terms, they used to call that ugly finder. I'm not saying anything, Jemai, but you know, you seem to always kind of get foul balls hit your way.
Take a look at that foul ball.
You know, I got it. You know, I came down here just to stretch my legs. You said ugly finder, and it's no coincidence that. No, I'm just kidding. He's a handsome lad.
Did it hit the camera or Bill Titus himself?
I'm not sure where it hit. All I know is it came in hot, and I was having flashbacks.
Man, I think you led the league in being hit as a sideline reporter last year.
It's a couple years ago. Last year was decent.
Last year wasn't bad. Yeah, you're right. It was 2 years ago that you needed medical attention.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the trainer's room every other week, it seemed, but you just got to watch out for those lefties, especially when they're facing you. It's tough.
Be careful down there. 1 and 2, the count to Hickey. And Fenway comes to life. As Puerto Rico calls the timeout to talk. That pitch count problem has been an issue for Rio since he first came in. Puerto Rico play the second tune-up game, second exhibition game against Minnesota Twins at Hammond Stadium. Then open up pool play on Friday in San Juan. The 1-2 missing outside. The 2-2. Strike 3 called. And the Red Sox will strand 2 in the 9th. Puerto Rico tuning up for the World Baseball Classic. Comes away with a 5-3 on a fun night for baseball here at JetBlue.
Yeah, it really was. Great atmosphere here at JetBlue. Nice little ball game. You know, 5-3 game. Puerto Rico wish them all the best in the upcoming tournament. And I think we'll all be watching in the next couple of weeks. Really looking forward to the WBC.
You're heading north for a little bit?
I am. I heard they saved some snow for me.
That's nice of them. Go get the deck.
Yeah,
it's been waiting for you. Will Middlebrooks coming down for a little shift. Lou will get back late in spring. Meantime, we urge you to head over and catch the end of the Penguins-Bruins game on NESN or NESN 360. But here at JetBlue Park, final score for the final time. Puerto Rico 5, Boston Red Sox 3. Thanks for watching.